Hello out there. There's nobody here. Hello. Hello. I'm hoping to God it doesn't crash again. Okay. This. What the fuck? Would you load? Jesus. What shit would fucking load? Close this too. I almost wonder if that site was fucking borked or something like that because it was like an independent like little project that somebody did. There's like obviously there's a fuck ton of people accessing that site, so for whatever reason it's like I don't know. I have no clue what's going on. What? Exit then. Here. Stop and reload it then. I don't know why everything is being such a pain in the ass right now. Okay, that finally decided to fucking load. Can you load? Maybe you can load? Stop spinning wheels on me? Okay. I know I'm giving you... I kind of should probably not be showing this on the stream. Come on. Everything load, please. Okay, that loaded. Good. I think we're mostly up. Stop. Just fucking stop. Stop. Okay. That one's still spinning. Stop. And the Daily Mail, man. Daily Mail is such a fucked site. I swear to God. Stop. 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 Okay. Whatever. There's a few things that are still spinning, but it'll have to do. Oh my God. What a fucking nightmare, chat. I'm sorry. I am so sorry that It's the Subnautica night all over again. There's something going on with my rig, man. I don't know what's happening, but there's some. I need to like really seriously spend time tomorrow to really try to figure out what the hell is happening to my rig, because it is fucked.
I'm back.
Okay.
Man, I really should have just known. I really should have known that this wallet would be fucking way too thick, considering it's as thick as my current wallet is. Well, my current wallet is full, and that wallet is empty.
You need to get yourself one of those. I don't even know what they're called. They like, they hold like 7 or 8 cards, and then there's a strap around it, and that's it. Like a razor, like a razor wallet.
Oh no, I don't like those.
Oh, you know? That's what I use. I really like it.
I don't like this. I like bifolds because I like to keep a lot of cards. I like to keep like business cards and stuff like that. I like to keep like I like to just have like space for all my shit.
I just keep all that shit in my car because that's the only time I'm gonna use them.
No, all the time I'm like, oh man, what's the name of this
Okay.
doctor that I needed to go see, and I'll just look through my cards. I know I have a card for him.
Okay, so the 2 sites that I think were like fucking borked was the 2 sites that everybody and their mother is accessing right now. So I'm just gonna, at the risk, because of the risk of crashing the screen a 3rd time, I'm just gonna skip those sites. And go to the articles and stuff like that.
Okay.
Because I think everything else I have open will be fine.
Give me 1 more second. Go on.
Okay. Yeah, Ridge Walletsville. That's what I was thinking of. Yeah. Yeah, look at this. Look at the trend. Look at the trends. The trending thing. Epstein Files has almost 1 million posts. But the Epstein...
screen.
Oh, that's right. I knew I was going to forget something. This. There you go. Okay, good God. So this was an account that's doing a pretty good job of like just really honing in on Epstein Files related stuff. They're going in now. People are like looking in, and like Mike Benz is here showing how like Bear Stearns put him on BCCI trades in 1970, basically saying that he was a plant to basically blackmail politicians and famous people and stuff like that ever since the 80s. Which has kind of been like a suspicion. Like there are some photos, I'll probably be able to find them on this account somewhere, where in one of Epstein's closet he had like IDF paraphernalia, Israeli Defense Force related stuff. So everybody's just like, there's the Mossad connection, So let me see here. Yeah, so this is where I got the Epstein viewer, by the way, was this account here. You see here, there's like a woman on her knees in like a very nervous looking pose. This kind of stuff. Just really just fucked up shit. This is kind of like the meme going on, because right now there's like obviously like there's a lot of like there's basically 2 people that people are trying to focus on. One is obviously Donald Trump. Okay, but the thing is, it's like all the stuff with the files that have been released, and a lot of this new stuff basically doesn't have anything on Trump, because I don't really think there is anything new on Trump, to be honest. I think pretty much everything about Trump has already been released, including all the photographs that we've had for a while now. And so this is kind of, so like you have the left wing going, Trump is a pedo, he should be impeached and thrown in prison. And then the right wing, everybody's like, Bill Clinton's a pedo, he should be, you know, thrown in prison. And, you know, and then the opposite argument is,
You cut out.
are you fucking kidding me?
Hold on. The last thing I heard was Bill Clinton's a pedo. Try again? You sound okay now.
Oh god, Jesus! I have like PTSD now about this shit.
Like momentary.
Oh my god, yeah, dude. The numbers don't lie, and they spell disaster for you. Wait, what? Yeah, that's kind of the thing. Is that like, you know, all these photos are there's like no context to these photographs. You know what I mean? It's just like people hanging out in social settings, or, you know, at various residences in Florida, New York, and stuff like that. And like I was saying, like, you know, the right wing is saying, yeah, Bill Clinton's a, you know, he's all over these files. You know what I mean? He's a pedo. He should be thrown in prison. You know, but the rebuttal to that for both of them is that we've always kind of known about, you know, them being a little sussy. I mean, Donald Trump was like a beauty pageant. He owned like Miss America, the company. He owned it for a long time, and he was like a judge in like beauty pageants and Miss America stuff. So there's a ton of photos of like him with young and underage girls and stuff like that, because he owned the company that judged those beauty contests. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So of course, like, Epstein's gonna go, you know, if Epstein's looking to recruit a fucking harem of underage girls and stuff like that, Trump's an obvious person trying to buddy up with, you know. And it was that kind of behavior, like Epstein hanging around his Florida house or his New York house, one of the two, and like trying to recruit like girls, like I think they were working for him, so they were like of age, you know what I mean? But like Epstein was like sniffing around him, and that's when like Trump was like, you know what? I don't think I like this guy. He's creepy, and I don't like him, and I'm gonna disavow myself from him and not associate with him anymore. Because like, yeah, because he basically severed ties with Epstein long before he was ever convicted. And so that's kind of like what's going on here. We're like, Trump, no, and it's Trump giving directives to an underage kid, Kevin McAllister, in Home Alone 2. You know what I mean? It's like a lot of people are like screaming like pedo, go to impeach, go to jail, and stuff like that. And it's like, but none of the photos, like, I personally, with all the photos, it's like, yeah, there's a lot of creepy shit in the photos, but none of them are going to be able to lead to any kind of a conviction. I mean, they're not even like, they're not going to even be able to bring a case on all this stuff, like, because there's just no context. There's no smoking gun. You know, all of the smoking gun stuff came from the fucking like Virginia Giuffre. You know, these people. Is Virginia Giuffre, is that her name? The victims that actually spoke out in testimony. That got Epstein and Ghislaine Maxwell thrown in prison in the first place, and now like all those girls are dead. You know what I mean? They're dead. Epstein's dead, and Ghislaine Maxwell is still in prison. So it's like, sorry, like, as much as like, if as partisan as you want to be, like, all the Democrats are pedos, put them in jail. All the Republicans are pedos, put them in jail. I'm sorry, no one's going to jail. None of them are going to go to jail. Like, there's not anything close to what's necessary to put him in prison over this shit in these files. It's just, it's just not there. There's like, I don't know why there's pictures of him with fucking Piglet from Winnie the Pooh. This is the one here, like, with Winnie the Pooh. You know, it's like, you know what I mean? But again, these are just, this was probably at like a Disneyland park. You know what I mean? So they're at a character cafe at a Disneyland park. Who cares? You know what I mean? Like, whatever. It's just, they're just hanging out together. Like, none of this is incriminating in any way. As creepy as it is, I'm not gonna show that on stream. Oh, I'm not showing it anyway. What the fuck? I'm so bored right now. I'm sorry, chat. I'm flustered. I haven't been showing chat the screen this whole time. I'm sorry, chat. You know, you just keep going through, keep going. You know, again, weird stuff, but it's not incriminating. I think Chris Tucker is in one of these photos. Michael Jackson is in a few. Clinton is in a bunch of them. Yeah, like, you know, I am very skeptical that anything is going to come of this. I think that all the quote-unquote punishment, like Prince Andrew basically getting stripped of his titles and go live at this mansion for the rest of your life. You know what I mean? We covered that last week or the week before. You know, and whatever has already happened. I know that there was a few people, like there's the one guy that he was like a big Democrat donor who was on. He was like ex-Harvard president. He's like the board of trustees and like various boards of like major financial institutions in America. And he had to resign from all of them because he got associated. The Democrats dumped a bunch of shit that implicated him, and so he like resigned from all his posts and stuff like that. So there's like, I think there's a very small handful of people that might get in maybe some trouble, but I doubt it. And I'm very skeptical on this chat. Maybe I'm just numb to it at this point. Again, just strange fucking artwork, like like a sculpture of a lion killing a gazelle. It's like, okay. I'm not going to open any of those up. What the girls, letters. What is that? I don't know. I hate that you got into this mess with the girls over the years. These girls knew what they were doing. You didn't put a gun to their head, but you have to watch it, you know. So this is written from Stephen D. Smith in Buffalo, New York to Jeffrey Epstein. I don't know who Stephen Smith is. Yeah, I just there's Chris Tucker. There you go. Maybe we won't get Rush Hour 4 after all. There's Ghislaine showing feet for some reason. There's Jeffrey just passed out.
Hey, oh wait, hold on, I heard feet.
What? This?
I see. Okay, go on.
There's Jeffrey just passed out on like a lounge chair kind of thing out in the like probably
Good naps.
On the island, I guess. You know, it's just. This was weird. There was also like this. It was like a scrapbook, I guess you can call it, of like all these like cutouts of like him with girls and stuff like that, like, and all these like strange, like creepy photo collages and stuff like that.
He blackface? Someone get him. Wait, go back. Is there a fucking needle sticking out of his head in that third one?
Yeah. But this is like a scrapbooking thing.
Yeah.
It's like a Botox injection or something. I don't know. No, this is just a face mask that they use in like, you know, beauty salons and stuff like that. Again, it's all very creepy. Yeah. But none of it is gonna get anyone convicted of anything. Like if you take all these photographs and you put them in front of a judge to try to bring a case forward, the judge is gonna
God, go up and look at that photo.
Oh yeah, this
horrifying.
is...
No, up.
Oh, this?
Horrifying.
Yeah.
Horrifying.
Yeah. It's just a creepy guy in a bathtub, though. You know what I mean? Like, again, like, so many of these pictures are out of context. Or they're just not out of context. There it is. There's the IDF shirt that they found in his closet. So, there's the Mossad link. You know, this is obviously, like, this is a security camera setup, obviously. That's what this is for. Yeah, I don't know what this is, like, for what look like Hindu boys praying or something. And he's just standing there watching them, like, okay.
Yes, brown boys. I know brown boys.
I don't know. Like,
brown boys, what you gonna do? What you gonna do?
There's more of Chris Tucker.
Brown
and then we got there's Clinton. Kevin Spacey was in a few of these photos as well. He had a bunch of these, like, I guess you can call them burner phones. There's the weird art that we showed. So all this is very incriminating for Epstein and Ghislaine. There's the creepy picture of Clinton in the blue dress. Well, like these photos at one point show like where that photo was in the estate. There's Mick Jagger and one of the victims and Clinton. But that doesn't mean at all that it was Clinton and Mick Jagger who, like, you know, sexually assaulted.
Girl.
Yeah, exactly. Like, that's not proof. Like, you meeting a person isn't proof in any way that you, like, did anything wrong to that person. There's fucking Hillary Clinton in this. I mean, that's some fucking sci-fi drip right there.
I was talking about like Star Wars. What is that?
Right? I don't know. More Winnie the Pooh. There's that weird thing that I showed earlier. Thing on the woman on the dress. Yeah, that's just. There's Chris Tucker with Ghislaine, and I guess what are the victims? I don't know. Walter Cronkite. There's the one I showed. I think I used this as the thumbnail for the show. Michael Jackson is in there. I can believe he was. I can believe he did something. He didn't need Epstein to be in this situation that he was in. I think this is Oprah. I don't know who this person is. There's the one with Clinton with one of the girls in a jacuzzi. It's like, okay. Creepy.
That's it.
That's pretty much it, looks like. So, yeah, like, this is going through the same thing. More than 600,000 pages have been released this year total. Many of the files appear to stem from a 2005 police investigation in Palm Beach, followed by a federal probe that culminated in Epstein's controversial 2008 plea deal. There's that weird male stripper. This is the famous picture of Prince Andrew, like, lying across, like, 5 of the victims. A 6th, I think, is standing, and this is Ghislaine with here. Ghislaine here. And then this is the room where that picture was taken. Yeah, it's...
I think it's funny how Michael Jackson just doesn't look like a real person. Like, if you go up to that picture...
He looks like an alien. He looks like
I wasn't even that. I was just saying he almost looks like he's been photoshopped in. It's funny.
He looks like an alien. Like, what the fuck am I looking at? So, I did find this, like, it's like a summary. Hang on, I don't think the browser, I switched the browser over. You should be able to hear it now, chat.
The Epstein files, or some of them at least. This was Epstein's world, through files held for so long by the Justice Department, now unsealed, or at least the first batch of them. Thousands of documents, about 4,000 in this first release. So our team has gone through them, and I'm going to split this up into several strands. The celebrities, the victims, the redactions. The celebrities first. We know that Jeffrey Epstein socialized widely. His network spanned the arts, business, politics, royalty, high society. And so association with him does not equate to wrongdoing. There are images of him with Michael Jackson. He's also photographed with Diana Ross. And
that's Diana Ross, not Oprah?
Features a lot in this dump of images. His association with Epstein is well known, and he is on record expressing his regret at having ever known him. Clinton is photographed in the files with Kevin Spacey too. There's an image of Mick Jagger with Ghislaine Maxwell. None of these photos have any context to them. We don't know who took them or when they were taken. But remember, they are all part of the Epstein estate, seized over the years and sealed until now. Here's a picture of Sarah Ferguson, ex-wife, of course, of Andrew, formerly Prince Andrew, and he features too. This is an image of the former prince lying across several women. The only other person identified in this document is Ghislaine Maxwell. Now, we've cross-referenced this photo with other photos, and it was taken at the late Queen's home, Sandringham, in the UK. Of course, Andrew was friends with Epstein and Maxwell. He settled financially out of court with Virginia Giuffre, who had accused him of sexual assault. He's always denied any wrongdoing. Let's focus now on the victims of Epstein and Maxwell's abuse and how their story can be told through these files. Here's an image of 2 young women, perhaps girls, we can't be sure, in Paris. Their identity has been hidden. The Department of Justice says it redacted more than 1,200 names or images of victims and their relatives. We know from existing testimony from victims like Virginia Giuffre that Epstein took girls he recruited on trips, including to Paris. They were often recruited with the promise that they would become masseuses, and this image here nods to that. But within these files, there are new court documents detailing how Epstein and Maxwell recruited their victims. Some of the documents are already in the public domain. This is evidence that formed part of the case of a victim identified only as Jane Doe 3. Message pads to convey missed messages for Epstein. They span 2004 and 2005. Two of them read, "I have a female for him." But there are redactions, so we don't know who left the messages or who wrote them down. Then there's this. It appears to be a sort of scrapbook, storybook, similar to the birthday book which was released a few months ago. It's heavily redacted and it's very disturbing, to be honest. At the top here, "Once upon a time, there was a clueless little girl," it reads. Have a look at this too. It's an incident report from the Palm Beach Police Department. The common location for all the incidents detailed is 358 El Brio Way. That's Epstein's home. It names Epstein as one of 3 people arrested. The names of the other 2 have been redacted, and it's not clear why that decision was made. Over many pages, it then details the testimony of numerous victims, many of them labelled as juveniles. This file contains a number of redacted images of females. We can't say why the redactions have taken place. The rationale for the redactions is not clear in all circumstances with these documents, and that is a really big issue because there are so many black lines. Have a look at this document, grand jury testimony, and the whole thing, 119 pages. All of it is black. Now, some redactions are to protect victims, but are they all? With every black line, someone will cry cover up, and the conspiracy rumbles on. There are inconsistencies too. Here is a redaction, but then here, video of the same moment, and the hidden person is revealed.
That's Steven Pinkerton, isn't it?
Steven Pinker.
Yeah.
He says he once traveled on Epstein's plane and had no relationship with him. Quite remarkably, there is a disclaimer at the top of the Department of Justice website saying that they might inadvertently have failed in places to redact information, and that hardly conveys a confidence of a job well done. There is no new mention of President Trump in this fresh batch of documents. The president, remember, says he disassociated himself from Epstein in the early 2000s. The Department of Justice has said that it will release thousands more documents in the weeks ahead.
There you go. I think that's a pretty concise summary of what's happened here.
I mean, yeah.
I'm not gonna, for the sake of time, because I ended up wasting like a half an hour of the show on technical difficulties, which again, I apologize. I had this article brought up, but this essentially just kind of goes through in text what that guy just summarized in the video. As well as this does. This just kind of goes into more detail about the grand jury thing that was redacted. But so, I don't know. I'm very, very skeptical that anything is going to come up of this, even if we got an unredacted version. I don't think that there's a smoking gun. I'm really starting to doubt that there's a smoking gun. It really does seem to me that it really is starting to shape up where, like, yeah, there were probably a handful of people that actually did, like, engage in, PDF file behavior, like a small handful of individuals. But the vast majority of them, I feel like, it sounds like almost like, Epstein was getting close to them and, was getting them into his inner circle just to, like, essentially, like, get, try to get blackmail material on them. I don't know. I haven't, like, had enough time to, like, really, like, process all this because it just dropped fucking yesterday afternoon. And I've been fucking busy.
Yeah.
And so it's still, like, hard to process this, but, like,
you definitely going to come back to.
I guess it's like it's just like my instinct is that nothing is going to come of this. That's my instinct here. Is that we're not going to get, like, perp walks of a bunch of famous people out of this. And it's not necessarily because, they, they're gonna get away with it. I think a lot of them are just innocent, honestly. I think you know what I mean? Like again, we know like Trump's story with Epstein. You know what I mean? And it's like, I wouldn't doubt if there's plenty of other people that have photographs with him that are in the same boat. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, I met him at a social gathering. We took a picture together. He tried to get me to go here. I went with him. But you know what? After that, I was just like, yeah, I don't like this guy. He's kind of creepy. I'm just not going to do anything anymore with him. You know what I mean? Like, I wouldn't be surprised if that's a lot of people's stories in this regard. And if you don't have the video of them having sex with underage girls, which, if he was specifically looking for blackmail on these people, you know what I mean? That shit would exist. And maybe it did at one point, because there's also like the conspiracy, like most of the documents have been destroyed. Fair enough. You know what I mean? And as awful as it, and as much as it sucks, I don't think we're gonna get that cathartic perp walk from whoever people we want to have perp walked.
At best, we're gonna get assassinations.
Yeah. Honestly, yeah. I just don't see it, guys. I'm sorry. What if Jeffrey wasn't the ringleader but a customer? Well, then who's the ringleader? Like, it seemed like Epstein was absolutely the ringleader of this. Just going by all these photos and document dumps and all this kind of stuff, it really does seem like he and Maxwell were the ringleaders here. Now I could see like, yeah, he's a Mossad asset, that kind of stuff. Maybe the Mossad was the one pulling the strings or that kind of stuff. It's like, well,
using him to try to get to incriminating evidence on people.
Yeah, but the thing is that they would create a scenario where they would have plausible deniability, though. You know what I mean? Like they're not gonna be fucking leaving paper trails and shit like that of evidence.
Mossad are good at what they do.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying.
This is too sloppy to be Mossad.
Like whatever, you're never gonna find a smoking gun connection to the Mossad. It's not gonna be there. Like having an IDF shirt, he was a Jew. You know what I mean? Having an IDF shirt, yeah, it looks bad, but it's like that's not enough to say for sure. You know what I mean? Like there's just not enough here. Yeah, it's all really creepy, and it's gross, and Epstein and his weird fucking art, and stuff like that, and his desire to build a harem. It's like, yeah, Epstein deserves a special place in hell, absolutely. And maybe like a half dozen others also deserve the same thing. Maybe half a dozen. I have a feeling that the rest of them, though, have stories that are on similar lines to Trump's story. They're just like, they didn't actually do anything. They were associated with them. That's because like Epstein went out of his way to like become associations with them. Like they didn't go to him. They didn't go to Epstein. Epstein went to them. You know what I mean? And so I don't know. I'm very skeptical, chat. You can probably hear it in my voice. Skeptical I am that anything is going to come from this. Like I know, like I watched Asmongold's hour-long video going over the files and stuff like that, and he was like, "Man, this is like way more than I thought." He was like surprised. He thought it was like way more than he thought we were going to get. And I'm just kind of sitting here watching him and going, really? Like, you think this is more than what we were going to get? I don't know. None of this is going to end up in jail time. Not a single person. I will bet you, not a single person from any of these photographs is going to spend a minute in jail. I put money on that. So, yeah, you could be creepy without breaking the law. So, and even if they did break the law, I don't think that the evidence is there to convict. And you know what? The more high profile a person is, the harder it is to convict them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You're already like scraping the bottom of the barrel to get a conviction from anybody. You're not going to get Clinton in jail. You're not going to get Trump in jail. It's not happening. Sorry, but that's just the reality. It's unfortunate. It's unfortunate that And the thing is, like, we don't know what if they're guilty or innocent. You know, it's very suspicious. But at this point, all you can do is speculate. But if you think that any of this is going to end up in jail time, even like they said that like there's still thousands of documents they're going to release over the next couple weeks, it ain't going to be anything. And even if they release all of them, I think that even if they release all of them unredacted, you know, you're still going to have a hard time in a courtroom. So there you go. That's why I have a very pessimistic opinion about this stuff. Honestly, I don't think anything's going to come of it. So that's where I'm at. Well, I guess I'll keep track of it as we keep going, or as the days go on. But I have a feeling like they're gonna release the rest of the stuff like right around Christmas when people are just on holiday and not paying attention to anything. You know what I mean? Like they're gonna dump the rest of the documents. You know, all the hyper partisans on Twitter are gonna freak out. You know, throw the other side in jail or whatever. And then by the time New Year's rolled around, everybody will have moved on. That's what I think is going to happen.
I can see it. I can certainly see it.
I do think that Pam Bondi should be fucking fired, though, for sure. Like, because here's the thing. Like, there's a lot of people that doesn't look good for, but it's like, Trump, why in the fuck didn't you just tell them, like, once you got into office, hey, you have 3 months. You know what I mean? You have 3 months to do what just happened, basically, when all this shit gets released. You know what I mean? Like, you Trump, are probably aware that nothing's going to come of it. So why basically, like, destroy your own credibility by going, yeah, we're going to release the files, and then, like, they do the binder stunt, right?
There are no files.
They did the binder stunt, and then after the binder stunt, there are no files. And that was like less than a month after they said they're on my desk. They're on my desk, but there's no files. Like the.
So what was on your desk?
The way that this shit was handled, it's like probably the worst I've ever seen from a Justice Department. You know what I mean? Like it couldn't have been any worse than this. Like why? Why was this shit? Why the contradicting shit? Why all of the delays and stuff like that? If there's nothing of that can criminally convict in there, why? Like it's so fucking bizarre why you would shoot yourself in the foot right out of the gate like that. You know?
Yeah.
That's what's so damn frustrating. Yeah, I agree, Dylan. Pam has for every one thing she gets right, she blunders 5 or 6 other things. She fucking blundered, like, the Letitia James thing. She blundered... I think she blundered, like, the James Comey thing. Like, she's so fucking inept. She needs to go, like, immediately. She is not competent to do her job. And the thing is, because I like most of Trump's cabinet. I actually like most of the people in Trump's cabinet I like better than Trump himself. But Pam is not one of them. Pam was a bad pick. But yeah, I mean, do you have any thoughts, comments, questions about Epstein?
No, not really. I just hope we get more of it.
Yeah, like I said,
we probably won't.
They're releasing stuff in real time. Like when you go to that government website that I started with and you refresh it, there's like new documents being added in real time.
Okay.
So they are still releasing stuff, but you know, I'm basically just gonna keep my pulse on the news reports and stuff like that. And see what flares up. But I have a feeling that it's basically just going to be a bunch of noise. If something flares up that's like significant, serious, etc., I'll bring it up on the show. But I would not be surprised if this is the last time the Epstein files are featured on the show. Wouldn't be surprised. And it's kind of a cloud, like poof, you know. Kind of an underwhelming ending. It might not be the ending. I don't know, but I have a feeling it is. And I don't think anything's going to come of it, which is sad. Not for the sake, like, I want it to be sensational, but it's just like, you just want the truth of what happened. You know, that's all we want.
Justice to be done.
And it's just, I guess it's just not going to happen. So, yeah, I'm sorry. I'm sorry to start off with such a downer, but I think that that's some of the unfortunate reality of it. But if you're okay to move on,
Yeah, I'm ready.
I do have an upper to follow it with.
Yippee!
Which is the election of Mr. Jose Cast in Chile.
Oh.
So they had an election recently for the president of Chile, and they elected the right winger. And this
Wow.
Okay, now this guy. Wait, what do I have? Okay, I do have it all. Okay, cool. So this is what the map looked like. So Jose Cast and then his communist opponent Janet Jota. Jose Cast, all the black ones are the ones that went Jose's way, and all the red ones are the ones that went Janet's way. So he fucking clean sweeped the entire country. This whole map is black. He won. It's like Chile's equivalent of winning all 50 states. Basically, he won every fucking state. So this was like a huge, resounding victory, right?
Everyone's like, "Fuck that bitch."
Yeah, and so this is like what the victory rallies look like. You know, they just fill the streets with victory all over the country. It was pretty cool to see. Now, who is this guy? So, he's a pro-life, pro-family Catholic, father of 9, defeating the communists. This is him right here. Him. This blonde-haired, blue-eyed white guy named Cast, with a K, won a South American presidential election. How does that... How did those genetics come to be in South America, of all places?
What? I can tell you how.
Go ahead.
I can tell you how.
Go for it.
In Chile? In Chile? Could be Spanish genetics. But let me guess, he's German?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, figures.
Yeah. Well, like, all of the suspicions are actually completely true. Because he is a fan of Pinochet, and his dad was an actual Nazi.
Wow.
Yeah. So,
who's Pinochet again?
Pinochet is the super famous like right-wing dictator of Chile that was famous for giving communists free helicopter rides.
Oh, based.
Yeah, that's Pinochet. And this guy is actually quoted as saying that I'm pretty sure that if Pinochet was alive today, he'd vote for me. Like like he says it with a smile on his face. Like, he's a big fan of Pinochet.
Fucking based.
Yeah, so they elected a Pinochet-loving son of a Nazi to be their president. Now, to be fair, his dad was likely like a conscript into the Nazi regime because he wasn't like an SS officer, you know, like the die-hard volunteers for the cause.
Yeah.
He was very much like a standard German soldier, essentially. And we know this because, yeah, the meme is that, you know, Hitler and the SS fled to, you know, to Argentina and South America, and that's why there's like strange like Nazi memorabilia all over South America and stuff like that. But his family actually emigrated like about a decade after the war ended. Like, they emigrated in like the mid-50s to South America from Germany. So they didn't like flee. They weren't like Nazis who like fled after the war, you know. But the meme is still funny how like it kind of the puzzle pieces fit in for it.
Yeah.
It's funny. So Chile has just elected its most right-wing president since the Pinochet military dictatorship, and in fact, the relationship between Jose Antonio Cast and Augusto Pinochet does not stop there. Cast's brother, Miguel, served with the dictator's government. As a young activist, the president-elect campaigned to keep Pinochet in power, and were he still alive, Cast has said he would have voted for me. Cast is once a way out on Chile's political fringes, considered too extreme, too right-wing, and far too conservative on issues such as contraception and abortion. Now, to be fair, though, Chile has actually always been a pretty right-wing country. It's only like recently there's like a weird like anomaly where they elected a communist. So they're kind of like basically returning to tradition with this election, to be honest.
Yeah.
Yet on Sunday, Cast won by a landslide after a campaign that focused heavily on his hardline stance on immigration and crime, reminding many of the incumbent of the White House 5,000 miles to the north. Not just him, though. It's also like Bukele. Like, Bukele is who I think of. Over in El Salvador. What, asked Noshin Iqbal, does such a dramatic shift say about Chile? And with the presidencies of Nayib Bukele in El Salvador and Javier Milei in Argentina, is it a sign of a region radically moving to the right? So yeah, that's basically it. You know, and that prompted me to look some things up. I found this map. So this is like right versus left. It's switched though. Like the right is blue on this map and left is red. And this is back in 2023. So this is just 2 years ago. This is when Lula succeeded Bolsonaro. Remember Bolsonaro's like a super far right guy that was like elected in Brazil. He's in prison now, by the way. And then they put the communist Lula guy back in power, right? And this is what the map of the Western Hemisphere looked like in terms of left wing versus right wing in the places of leadership in the Western Hemisphere at that time. So you have almost, this was during the Biden presidency. Obviously, you had Trudeau in power in Canada, etc., etc., etc. So you only had like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 countries in the whole continent that were not left wing. 2 years later, the map looks like this.
Yeah.
2 years later, you got the United States. You have the Dominican Republic, Panama. You do have a flip, I think, if you go back here. Yeah, whatever country this is. I don't know what country this is. That one flipped to left, but the other one flipped to right. So there's a wash there. And then like the entire western half of South America. You have Milei here in Argentina. Now you have this guy Jose in Chile and these other countries as well. And we're at a point now where like you get Brazil and Mexico. You've basically like got like all the Western Hemisphere that matters. Because let's be real, Canada doesn't fucking matter. It basically will have flipped right, which is a pretty wild, dramatic thing to happen. And we see this in like Europe as well. Like Europe has had it happened in Italy, obviously in Poland, Spain recently. Farage is going to win the UK election, although he's like, God, reform is. I have things to say about reform, but it's still considered right wing. And assuming that the UK is still around by the time the next election cycle comes around, that will go right wing as well. So you're seeing a similar dramatic shift over in Europe. And Brazil has actually got a pretty good chance of flipping over because they have this guy.
Me too. And running for president of Brazil. They used to call Brazil the country of the future. They used to say that someday it would become a progressive beacon in the global south for the entire world. Maybe we even used to believe them. So we kept waiting and waiting and waiting for the promised future. Where is it? it never came. Instead, decades of incompetent government has ensured that Brazil has become synonymous with crime, corruption, poverty, and third worldification. So much potential wasted. But I'm here to say it doesn't have to be like this. It is still possible for Brazil to be a great country, to be a flourishing country, to be an example for the entire world, which proves that decline is not inevitable, that it can be reversed, that you can still hope for a better future even when all the odds are stacked against you. I have a simple question for you. Why are we forcing ourselves to live like this, in this third world squalor? Why? This is not a joke. This is not a game of cards. This is your life and mine we're talking about. I say no. We don't have to live like this. I say no to crime, no to corruption, no to squalor. I'm Renan Santos and I'm standing to become the president of Brazil. We'll fix Brazil. Yes, fix Brazil and make it into the country it always should have been. My very first act in government will be to destroy the gangs that plague this country, that make our cities and towns unsafe, that make Brazil so infamous for crime and violence worldwide. And when I say destroy the gangs, I mean all of the gangs, locked up, once and for all. Brazilians are going to be able to walk on the streets at night with their phones out, without having to be constantly looking over their shoulder, without fearing for their personal safety. This Brazil is possible, and achieving it is easier than you think. I am Renan Santos, and the future is glorious.
So this guy is like a really rapidly up-and-coming guy on the right, and you can see how he's channeling Bukele there. Like, believe it or not, there is an easy fix everything, fix everything easy button. Just lock up all the criminals and go after them and do what's necessary to destroy them, et cetera, et cetera. He's very much channeling Bukele, and Lula is rapidly losing popularity.
He's simply saying what Bukele says, like all it takes is will.
Yeah,
you
exactly.
have the will to do it.
You have to have the
you
will.
Can do it.
And then,
but if you don't want to do it, then you're not going to do it.
Exactly. And then there was, how has Milei been doing down in Argentina? Well, there was like the scare, like, oh gosh, he hasn't like met his goals. The media basically created like this propaganda campaign that he was gonna like lose the midterms and he wasn't succeeding as a leader and he was going to leave power and all that kind of stuff. No, he fucking ended up blowing out the midterms and winning the fuck out of them. And resulting in him doing this after winning. This guy is a fucking rock star. This guy is a fucking rock star. He pushes his bodyguards out of the way so they can go like run a high fives across the crowd. You know what I mean? So Milei is like he's going plenty strong down there in Argentina. Brazil has
he reversed their declining fucking economy. He got them back into the positive. He got their economy growing again. It's still a very weak economy.
Yeah, and he had to like their
economy is literally worthless.
Yeah, this is why he put them on the dollar. He put them on the American dollar. Yeah, which obviously isn't ideal, but
it's not ideal, and it's also not an instant fix. But he is. I mean, he's getting the economy functioning again.
Yep.
Getting it working again.
Yeah, he's pushing the easy button. There is a fix things easy way button,
Yeah, it's simple. You throw away half the fucking government, and boom, all of a sudden it's like, wow, we're not spending as much.
Bukele fucking slammed the shit out of the fix everything easy button, and he has like a 90+% approval rating in his country. You know what I mean? Yeah. So like Central and South America are really like.
It's you have leaders that are like, okay, I'm just gonna throw out all of the bureaucracy bullshit, and I'm just gonna get the things that need to be done.
Yeah.
And there you go. That's it. Yep. That's all it takes. All it takes is telling the fucking bureaucrats to go fuck themselves, throwing them into the garbage, and then just doing the fucking work yourself. If you want something done right, you have to do it yourself.
Mm-hmm.
We've known this for years.
That's the thing that's the thing about when it comes to like turning things around. In America, it's difficult because we have all of these this Gordian knot of institutions that basically no matter who's in power, the system still turns along. You know what I mean? We have that problem here in America. We also have the decentralization in terms of states' rights, federalism and that kind of stuff. So it's actually a lot harder to do these things in America than it is in these South American countries. Where like the parliament has like absolute power. The UK has a parliament with absolute power. Like it's actually not difficult in the UK to like drastically change things, after a party flip in an election cycle, because parliament has ultimate authority in that country. Whereas here in America, a lot more difficult to get shit done here, unfortunately. It's like that by design. But with all these trends, happening in Central and South America, I mean, it really does look like over the next, within the next decade, you're going to see I feel like you're going to potentially see like this like golden age in that part of the world. You know what I mean? Which is cool. That's really nice to see that like one place, there's like one region of the world that's going in the right direction.
Yeah.
It's very nice to see. But there are places in the world, obviously, where things are not going in the right direction. Case in point, the EU, where something happened in Brussels recently.
Whoa. That's a flaming tire. I don't see one of those every day.
That's a pile of tires.
No. There was a second.
Oh, on the right. Yeah.
That's awesome.
This is taken from a building. So this is right outside the EU. The EU, like, what do you call it? It's like where they do the voting, basically, in the EU, like the EU Parliament building, I guess you can call it.
I can already imagine the smell.
Oh man,
I can absolutely imagine the smell.
The burning rubber, yeah.
Yeah.
So why?
The smell of burnt rubber is a smell that just exists in my nose forever since I was a kid.
Oh, really?
My dad ran a tire shop.
Oh,
and the
okay.
way that you essentially not fix, but the way that you basically like retouch up used tires, right, to ensure that like their grip is good, right? Especially if the tire is still decently thick and it just lost its original lines on it. Is you basically just redraw the lines with like a hot metal fucking rod.
Oh yeah. You retread it with there's a machine that literally burns the new grooves into the rubber. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Sometimes my dad would actually do that to new tires just to make them a little better, so that those grooves last longer to begin with. That smell from like I was afraid of all the loud machinery, so I would just sit next to the guy who just sits there and retreads fucking tires for like a whole day, and I would just sit there, and that smell just lives in my somewhere deep in my nose. Whenever I see something like this, like a burning tire, that smell just sticks right into like my memory.
Well, your olfactory senses are the ones most tied to your memory, so that makes sense.
Exactly.
That makes sense.
Yeah, so I instantly remember that smell.
So what's an interesting thing that you notice in the crowd of this photograph or this picture here?
Look at this photograph. I noticed they have tractors.
Yeah, tractors. That's interesting. So this was a farmers' protest. So EU delays a massive free trade deal with South American bloc Mercosur amid farmer protests. The EU is delaying a massive free trade deal with South American countries after fiery protests by farmers, last-minute opposition by France and Italy threatened to derail the pact, seen by its backers as an important geopolitical move for both continents. Top U.S. officials hope to sign the EU-Mercosur deal in Brazil this weekend after 26 years of negotiations. Instead, European Commissioner Chief Spokesperson Paulo Pinho confirmed that the signature had been put off until January. Actually, the delay could dent the EU's negotiating credibility globally as it seeks to forge new trade ties amid commercial tensions with the U.S. and China. Once ratified, the trade deal would cover a market of 780 million people and a quarter of the globe's gross domestic product, and progressively remove duties on almost all goods traded between the two blocs. So you can see why the local farmers across the EU, because it wasn't just like local Brussels farmers. It was like there were people tractored in from fucking Hungary, from all
my
over,
God.
from Italy, from France, from all over the EU. People showed up basically to they used the tractors to uproot trees and destroy property and stuff like that. I mean, honestly, it wasn't a protest. It was a straight up riot. Okay, it was a farmers' riot. And you can see why, because what they're basically doing is they're we're going to undercut all of our farmers and buy from cheap South American farmers, because we need more food to, I guess, feed the soldiers that we're going to force into the fucking meat grinder against Russia. I don't know if you know about that, but there's been they're seriously starting to talk about the countries in the EU need to shore up their fighting forces so that they can actually initiate in a hot war against Russia.
Why?
Yeah, and the whole thing about
You're
that.
all falling apart at home. Who the fuck are you gonna send?
That's
the Muslims are gonna fight for you.
That's the whole conversation, is that all the native people, all the native young white native European men are we're not going to fight for you. We're not for the country, for you. The global homo rules-based order that's still stuck in this paradigm, those post, this 20th century paradigm, essentially, that, we're not fighting for you because all of the governments of these countries are against the native population. And they're and I've even seen some countries float the idea of only sending their own native people and exempting the immigrants from conscription. It's you are begging. Begging for revolt. Violent revolt, doing that kind of shit.
Happened. Okay, the quote unquote immigrants have occupied these fucking countries, and now they want to use the local population as war slaves. That's what's happening.
Yep, exactly. And it's oh man, I've been watching Carl Benjamin so much lately because he's been on it lately. He and a lot of people, basically all the Lotus Eaters for the most part, have been doing a great job on this, but they're just fuck you, we're not fighting we'll fight for our country, but we're not fighting for you. You know what I mean?
Sure as fuck we're not fighting in Ukraine.
Because, they're looking around and being the Ruskies haven't been calling us Nazis for the last 10 years. You know what I mean? That's basically how they're looking at it. But anyway, that's another story for another time. But you can see what they're doing is they're literally just undercutting their local farmers, essentially, and the farmers are fucking pissed off about it. They should be. It's honestly, it's. I used to be a free market capitalist, a laissez-faire very libertarian kind of economics. But it's this kind of shit.
Here's the thing. The free market, right? That idea functions if all of your marketing, right, all of your economics are constrained within the economics of your country.
Exactly.
The free market functions within your country. You cannot have a free market, right, that, includes multiple different global economies that are in different states, because you fuck up all of those economies.
Yeah, it's the same argument against the whole against importing the third world to basically act as a permanent slave, low wage slave class. It
doesn't work unless you make them citizens and then force them to fucking work for equal wages.
Yeah.
Because here's the thing, you can call it the quote unquote free market, but that's not what it is.
It's not a free market. Yeah.
The free market implies fair trade. That's what the idea of the free market is, right? The free market is, we don't regulate how much if you want to undercut your competition, you can undercut your competition, right? But that comes to, you guys have a right to essentially compete with each other within the same economy. But if you throw in people from different economies that are playing the game by a different set of rules, well, that's not that's not the free market. That's just fucking cheating
Yeah,
the system.
like Qatari or fucking Chinese, child labor, that kind of stuff. It's like,
yeah, it's just like,
it's like you go to these
I'm
other countries.
sorry. I think here's what I think. I think if you're in a country where it's illegal, right, to fucking hire, child labor, and then you outsource that labor to a country where it is legal, you are committing a crime because that child labor is being done for your work.
Yeah, exactly.
For your country where it is illegal.
Yeah, it's like all you're doing is you're just outsourcing the child labor to get around the law, basically.
Exactly. Like I'm sorry, but every good that has been made by a child's hands should be fucking outlawed in the US. It should be fucking contraband.
Yeah, no more iPhones.
Half the shit that we get from fucking China should not fucking be allowed to be sold.
Well, I mean,
if you want the law to actually be worth something.
The vast majority of the fashion industry is manufactured by like child labor in China.
Yeah.
And all
that shit's garbage.
Mm-hmm.
So again, it's just like, it's like, this is the equivalent of like.
Well, it's not just.
Go on.
Go ahead. Finish your thought.
I was just saying like this is the equivalent of like. No, I lost my thought. Never mind.
You're fine. Well, I was gonna say that like, when you go to these other countries, when you go to the second and third world, and you say like, okay, the workforce in, I don't know, Nicaragua, who does any individual in the workforce of Nicaragua have to compete with for jobs? Other Nicaraguans, right?
Yeah.
And it's like that in most everywhere in the world. Japanese generally compete with Japanese people, Koreans generally compete with Koreans for the most part. And we're here in the West, with these fucking traitorous governments who like outsource everything to other countries. It's like all these other countries only have to compete with themselves internally. Why do Americans, for example, have to compete with all the fucking mediocre Pajeets that come out of fucking India? You know what I mean? Like why do we have to compete with the rest of the world when the rest of the world only has to compete with themselves? You know what I mean?
I remember what I was gonna say. I remember.
Go for it.
What I was gonna say was, this is the equivalent of like going to like a state where like prostitution is legal, right? Hiring a prostitute and then bringing her back to your state to fuck her.
Yeah, bringing her back. Yeah,
that's what this is, right?
Mm-hmm.
You're not like you can go to fucking Mexico and buy their fucking tomatoes and eat their fucking tomatoes.
Yeah.
Right? That's fine. Right? But you shouldn't be, buying all the tomatoes to then sell them to your people here. Does that make sense? Like, it's just, there's a difference there.
Yeah,
like,
it's like, right now, did you know that America actually imports beef now? We import beef from South America, Argentina specifically. You would think that we produce more beef than any place in the country. Why the fuck are we buying beef from South America? It's like, it's because all of the beef production in the United States is at max capacity, and we need more to meet the market demand. And so we're also purchasing from Argentina on top of what we produce in America. We're not replacing U.S. beef with Argentine beef. We're adding Argentine beef to what's already being produced in the United States.
Yeah, which makes sense.
To meet the demand, essentially. But if the demand was like, you had like maybe, whatever the market share was in the United States for beef production, and the demand met that, and then you just said the demand doesn't change, but we're just gonna buy from Argentina instead of buying from you locally. You know what I mean? To meet that exact same demand, that's fucking wrong. And technically, that's like on a global perspective, yeah, that's free trade. You know what I mean? But that's how free trade, like, for me, like, I'm at the point now where I'm just like, what would I label myself? Am I conservative? No, I don't want to conserve hardly anything of the current, system. I really don't. So I'm not a conservative. I'm definitely not a liberal. What do I call myself? A traditionalist? Some traditions are good, some aren't good. I don't know about that. But I'm almost just like, I just want whatever's best for my countrymen. You know what I mean?
Common census.
You know what I mean? Whatever that is, that's what a nativist. Maybe that makes me a nativist. Maybe that's what I am. I don't know. But I guess like I want in America.
Are you a nationalist?
I want for my. Yeah, I am a nationalist. Absolutely. I mean, actually, if you look at the origin of the word nation, it literally means like it's like that like the origin of nation and the origin of ethnicity, ethnos, come from the same thing. They're just they're like one's like they're like basically an ethno nation is a repetitive word essentially. Like every nation is an ethno nation if you go by its root words and stuff like that. Because a nation is its people essentially. Like, am I an ethno-nationalist? It's like, well, kinda. Like I guess want whatever works best to enable my countrymen to thrive. That's what I want. And it's like, that's not to say that like immigrants bad. That's not to say any of that other shit is bad. It's just like, I just want my countrymen to be first and to flourish. That's what I want.
Yeah.
And then everyone else, if we can help other people flourish on top of that, great. But my people and my countrymen come first.
You should be flourishing within the rules of this country.
Yeah.
You should not be flourishing outside of the rules of this country because that makes you a fucking criminal.
Yeah, yeah. And it's like
that's the issue. Like again, this is like oftentimes this is the like Cuban versus Mexican like argument. Why do Cubans vote red? Well, it's simple, because they come to this country and they actually integrate and they try to succeed within the rules of this country. They look
white anyway, a lot of the time.
So it's just like, that's just what it is, right? Yeah. That's why the Cubans are typically right-leaning, and it's because they actually care about this country. They give them opportunities that they didn't have back at home. And so they want to maintain, right, the prosperity of the country that they have moved to.
Mm-hmm.
They don't want to just fucking,
yeah,
import the poverty that they fucking fled from.
I think that they're right-wing. Well, initially they were right-wing because it was Kennedy who betrayed them during the Bay of Pigs invasion. They were like, all the because I don't know if you know the history of the Bay of Pigs invasion.
Oh yeah. That's why a lot of older.
That's why a lot of older Cubans are quote unquote. It's why they're Republican, because Republicans are the opposite of Democrat. So they're like, we're Republican because Kennedy was a Democrat and he betrayed us during the Bay of Pigs invasion. So we're just going to vote Republican because fuck the Democrats. But that is shifting. That's shifting.
That's like very specifically like that's not the main reason for most Cubans.
Not anymore.
That's why a lot of like Cubans like my grandpa's age.
Yes, exactly. Right. That was the original reason.
Had that mentality. Absolutely. But that is not the mentality for all of them. And I will say that mentality is mainly for the Cubans that were already here in America, not the ones in Cuba.
Yeah.
My grandpa was alive when Castro took over.
Make my Cuba grandpa the 51st state just despite the Puerto Ricans. Puerto Rico was... Have you seen Puerto Rico? Like the meme that Puerto Rico is basically just a big trash dump?
I mean, it's true.
It is. I mean, it really kind of is. Landfill. Yeah, it's basically a landfill.
That's not to say shit about the Puerto Rican people. That's just to say shit about the way that we're treating Puerto Rico.
Yeah, it is.
Which is a problem.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it is. I don't think we treat any of our territories right, honestly.
No.
But anyway.
But yeah, it's like what I was saying was like it's like for like people like my grandpa who were in the U.S. So now that were not in the U.S. that were in Cuba when all that stuff happened. My grandpa didn't give two fucks about fucking Kennedy. He doesn't give a shit about Kennedy. But he grew up experiencing the changes after Castro took over.
Mm-hmm.
Right, because Castro took over when my grandpa was like a kid.
Mm-hmm.
Essentially, or like a young teen. And so that's where that kind of comes from. Essentially, it's like growing up, seeing your country devolve. Essentially,
Okay.
and kind of staying in this little time bubble, and understanding it's like, well, there's just no progress because you can't have progress in communism. You can't. You can only maintain what's already there in communism. Right.
Yeah.
But you can't make progress because the idea of communism is inherently anti-progress. Right? The only way to have progress within a communist society is to be like China or like Russia.
You have to like adopt like a capitalist system within the shell of like a command economy on top of it.
Correct.
Yeah.
Correct. You have to implement capitalism in your trade with other nations, which inherently makes you reliant. This is like when people are like, "Oh, the only reason why Cuba failed is because the U.S. put in all these like tariffs and like the U.S. doesn't allow them to receive imports." Blah 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 blah. Well, it's like, well, if here's the thing, right?
That's not even true though.
That aside, if communism was a fucking good system, you shouldn't fucking need those imports. Goober.
Well, it's not just that. It's that Cuba trades with all the major trading countries in the world, including the U.S. Although it's limited with the U.S., they do trade like food. Like we provide tons of food to Cuba, and they trade with like dozens, if not over 100 nations across the world. Like it's not a fucking blockade. It's just an embargo. Like Cuba has plenty of trade deals with countries all over the world, and yet they can't get car parts beyond cars that were built in 1975.
Yeah.
Tobacco products, yeah.
Yep. Very, very popular export. But yeah, and it's just like, again, it's like I'm sorry, but that's not true. Like the reason why Cuba's a shithole isn't because of the trade and blah 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 blah.
Yeah, because the USA limits their trade with our trade with them. That's not why.
Yeah, that's not why. The reason why is because no one has any incentive to do anything that would improve things. No one has any incentive to come up with anything new or to start a business. Because why the fuck would you start a bit? Like, imagine, right? I say, hey, what are you into? You're into boba tea? Cool. Let's start a boba tea shop. But everything you earn, it's going to go to the government.
Yeah.
All of it.
And redistribute it to all the people who aren't working at that boba tea stand.
Exactly. Yes. And then you're going to be paid. You essentially get to keep just about as much as the trash man makes. Oh no, it's not redistributed, by the way. All that money just
it's hoarded. It's hoarded by the leadership. Yeah.
It's hoarded by leadership and then spent on actual goods by the leadership, essentially. Right, but whatever. Most of your money goes to the government, right? And then when food is scarce, you're gonna get a single egg, and some bread, like everyone else, right? Even though you're providing to your society.
Yep.
And you've even though you're putting on all this effort for this boba tea shop, you're not gonna get any benefits out of it, and all of your work, no matter how much you work, right, you're gonna have the same outcome and value as that bum on the street who's not doing anything.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly. And
why would you put in the effort? Why?
There's no reason to. Exactly. In fact, there's all the reason to not do anything. It's like the Office Space. You ever watch that movie Office Space? Very Gen X movie, by the way. But he's talking to the two Bobs. I'm sure the people in chat know the scene that I'm talking about. And that the two Bob, he's explaining to them how like in like any given day he only does like maybe 15 minutes of like real actual work. And he's talking, but he starts talking to the Bobs about like incentives and stuff like that. And it's just like, yeah, like I get like, I mess up a little thing. I get like 8 people coming around to tell me about it, all this other kind of stuff. And he says like, yeah, you could do this and this and this, but Bob, that basically incentivizes everybody in this office to only work as hard as they need to just to not get fired. it doesn't incentivize them to actually like be the best. It just incentivizes them to just be just above the threshold necessary to keep the job. But anything above that, there's no incentive to go and to get to do anything above that. You know, it's like another analogy. A good analogy is that like this is why I don't consider equality in any way to be a moral good. I don't think it's a moral good or a moral bad. I think it's just an out. You know, just it's trivial to me. I don't think there's nothing inherently good about equality because people are different. People are different. They have different proclivities, and different proclivities are valued differently by whatever societies that they're in. And as a result of that, you're going to get differences in outcomes. You know, that's just the way it is.
I think equality of opportunity is good.
And even then, you're never going to be able to get that either, though. You know, because people are born in different situations. You know, and some situations are going to set you up better for, you know, certain paths in life versus others. You know, I always say, like, you know, the whole thing about equality is that, like, think of like a classroom. You know, you got rows and rows of people, and then you have like there's like space in the front for the teacher's desk, and behind the teacher's desk is the chalkboard. And then the teacher sets down like, this is what like communism, you know, like Kamala Harris actually used this. She said like everybody should be, you know, on top of the mountain. You know what I mean? Like there's not enough, but there's not enough room on everybody at the top of the mountain. It's the problem, Kamala. Like and the top of the mountain is lonely and miserable. But it's like you put a trash can down at any given point in that classroom, and you say, okay, everybody, you know, crumple up your paper and try to shoot, you know, bundles of paper into the trash can. Obviously, the people in the desk right next to the trash can are going to have an advantage in that game, right?
Yeah.
But that's what they're teaching. Like everybody has to go for the same thing. It's like no. The way you should think, it's like whatever hand you're dealt with in life, you basically set your own goals. You set up your own trash can, and you set it at a distance that will be challenging, but you think you can achieve. And everybody just has their own trash can, their own goals. You're not all climbing the same mountain. Everybody has their own mountain to climb. Okay, and yeah, there's going to be other people on that mountain competing with you. This is true, but you're not all on the same fucking mountain, and that's okay. And not all mountains are the same height. That's also okay. Not everybody's going to become, and not most people don't even want to become the CEO of a big tech company and become a multi-billionaire. Most people don't actually want that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And yet that's what they say. It's like, you want to become like the most successful person, you got to do this. Most people don't want that. You know? But you know, when it comes to communism though, it's lowest common denominator. The only, you know, think of like, it's treating every person as if they were a blade of grass and telling them all that they all have to be the equal length. What's the only way to achieve that? You have to mow the grass. You know, the only way to achieve it is to cut people down. You can't do it by building people up. But anyway, back to this article. I'll wrap it up here. But yeah, they were basically just protesting because, you know, there's this big trading bloc called the the Mercosur bloc in South America, and it says it here: Brazil, Argentina, Uruguay, Paraguay, and Bolivia. But like there was not just the farmers, but also there was two countries, France and Italy, who are two of the bigger countries in the European Union. And I think that's what really made them delay the vote, is you have two major countries that have very large farming sectors, essentially, that are like, yeah, this is going to really hurt our economy. We're not on board with this. And so I think that's what really made them like pause on this thing. So and people are getting, so they're seeing more and more resistance. Italian, Polish, Belgian, Austrian, and Irish colleagues, among others, about delaying it. Farmers already faced an enormous amount of challenges. We cannot sacrifice them for the support. You see, like, a lot of people are I think that by the time they come around to the vote again in January, there's going to be even more countries that are like, no, we're not doing this. So there you go. The political tension, especially between Argentina's far-right president. You ever notice how there's never just right-wing? It's always far-right. You know,
Yeah.
it's never just right. It's always far right. Javier Milei in Brazil, center left. See, they call the left. They call the
Center
fucking
left. It's crazy.
the fucking center left, the communist guy, the super socialist guy. They call center left, but Javier Milei is far right. Like, fuck off.
Yeah. No, it's more like Milei is like center right,
Yeah.
and Silva is like far left. That would be more accurate.
Yeah. Yeah, so Lula da Silva is like super far left. Lula's been one of the most fervent promoters of the agreement. Yeah, of course these South American countries are going to be for it because they get a bunch of export money out of it. So, yeah, that makes sense. But yeah, Milei says he's close ally of Trump, also supports the deal. I can see that too because I feel like there's a lot of tensions growing between the United States and the EU. And especially if a lot of these governments that have already and will continue to like turn right wing, I think you're going to see Trump turn more and more to our own hemisphere. You know what I mean? Wouldn't that be interesting if there was like a new alliance, like a new kind of pact alliance kind of formed between like the U.S. and Central and South America? Like you get together, all these right wing people get together, they combine their militaries and just kind of fucking just napalm the cartels out of existence across the hemisphere together and usher in like this right wing like golden era, and then Canada's just sitting up there with their communist bullshit freezing to death. You know, all alone.
God.
Canada
But here's the thing, right? It's like, I get why Milei supports the deal. It makes sense.
Yeah,
he's an economist.
He's an economist.
This helps his economy.
Exactly.
Right.
He's
That's
thinking...
fine. Like, I don't have anything against South America for, you know, wanting this deal, because of course they fucking want this deal.
Yeah, this actually helps their people.
Yeah.
But it hurts.
That makes sense.
Yeah, it doesn't make sense for Europe to do it because it hurts their people, you know?
Yeah, exactly.
I would totally expect the South American countries to be for this because this is a very nationalist move for them, you know? But anyway, that's what's going on. That's what happened in Brussels. That's a story in Brussels. Okay, we got to move on. We got plenty of other stuff to get to. You're only right wing when you lose. McCain and Romney. Oh god. Oh god, I hate both of those people. Fucking rhinos. Anyway, this is a fun but crazy one. So, fucking Army matey. Senator Mike Lee wants American privateers to seize drug cartel property on the high seas. So private citizens could be granted authority to seize property from drug cartels under a constitutional provision not used in more than 200 years, thanks to a new bill introduced Thursday by Utah Senator Mike Lee. The bill would authorize the president to commission privateers to seize the property of cartels or other groups responsible for an act of aggression against the United States. Though not issued by the U.S. government since the War of 1812, letters of marque allow private individuals or companies to outfit private warships for the purposes of sinking or capturing vessels belonging to enemy nations. The Constitution provides for letters of marque and reprisal as a tool against the enemies of the United States, Lee said Thursday. Cartels have replaced corsairs in the modern era, but we can still give private American citizens and their businesses a stake in the fight against these murderous foreign criminals. The Cartel Marque and Reprisal Reauthorization Act will revive this historic practice to defend our shores and seize cartel assets. I can't see this going wrong at all. As incredibly,
I love Mike Lee, but God, this is
fucking hilarious and insane. Because, like, first of all, Mike, my brother, you do realize that the vast majority of pirates were originally privateers. Number one, like, number two, you're gonna get like so many people. Like, the innocent people killed doing this shit. Like, like, you're gonna get private citizens killed doing this. You're gonna get innocent people who aren't fucking drug smugglers killed doing this. Like, this is gonna go south in so many ways. Like, you just no, this is not going to work, Mike. As fucking like hilariously amazing it sounds, because it's like, let's just go back to the days of the Pirates of the Caribbean, you know? Because let's be real, like, most quote-unquote pirates, we're actually privateers that were commissioned by whatever government they were loyal to, whether they be the UK government, or the Danes, or the Spanish, or the French, or whoever, to basically just wreak havoc on trade routes for all the against all the other countries, basically. You know, that's what a lot of piracy was back in the day. They were sanctioned by a government to do the things that they did. And it's just now a lot of them weren't. Like, a lot of, like, in the golden age, like, you think like Steed Bonnet and stuff like that. Steed Bonnet literally went out and became a pirate because he thought it'd be fun. You know?
To be fair though, right? It's like a lot of those privateers were specifically given, like, letters of marque against merchant vessels, for example, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So essentially, being paid to be to be pirates.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Right?
Like, they were sanctioned
they're
by a
essentially
government.
Being like, not really pirates. They're more so just, like, you know,
privateers.
Like, yeah.
But like,
right?
well, like,
but
like,
it feels wrong to call it privacy, you know, or piracy, when it's like they weren't doing it illegally. They were doing what their country asked of them.
Yeah.
Right. Whereas, and again, it's like, well, it just so happens to be that at the time, you know, our country was like, yeah, fuck the Brits, and you know, take their shit, right?
Yeah.
But in this case, it's like, I think it's a little different, right? Because these are letters of marque specifically against, against fucking terrorists, essentially.
Well, the thing is, it's like, how would this work, though? You know what I mean? Like, how would they? Because they would have to ensure they would have to ensure that the vessel's being targeted. Like, would they have, like, a bounty system similar to because we have, like, bounty hunters in this country. You know, there are Dog the Bounty Hunter was a professional bounty hunter before he went to jail. But we have bounty hunting. It's like it's a controlled system where we say, like, these are the people that we want brought in, you know, and we are going to sanction you, a private citizen, to do that, and we will reward you if you capture or kill, you know, whatever. Like, would it be that kind of a system? I don't know. Like, it's I don't know how exactly this would work, because remember, like, one of the most famous, like, privateers of the day was, like, Sir Francis Drake. You know, he fucking wreaked havoc on the Spanish. Man, he hated the Spanish so much. He hated them so much. But he was like an Englishman. He was just, like, going whole hog at the Spanish, man. He was great. But, like, a lot of pirates became pirates because they were essentially privateers. They were Navy men, you know? They were naval crewmen and officers and stuff like that. And their countries of origin just kind of left them to rot, essentially. You know, they didn't need their services anymore. And so they're like, well, fuck, all we know how to do is sail on the high seas and capture and kill people in ships. So let's just keep doing that. You know what I mean? That's how most pirates came to be. They were just ex-Navy men who needed a way to make money, and that was the only way they could make money. But yeah, this is... I am highly skeptical that something like this could possibly work. Here's the bill, by the way. It's also a very short read. It's literally 3 pages long. We don't need to read the whole thing, but it says the President of the United States has authorized and requested to commission under officially issued letters of marque and reprisal so many of privately armed and equipped persons and entities as, at the judgment of the President, the service may require, with suitable instructions to the leaders thereof, to employ all means reasonably necessary to seize outside the geographic boundaries of the United States and its territories as the person and property of any individual who the President determines is a member of a cartel. So, okay, so he is, like, saying, like, your targets would have to be, like, issued to you. Like, here's the target, now go after them, I guess. A member of a cartel-linked organization or a conspirator associated with a cartel or a cartel-linked organization who is responsible for an act of aggression against the United States. So that's that's the meat of this, essentially, is this paragraph right here. Another thing I was thinking about this is that oh shit, the thought left my mind. Hang on, I'll think of it. Say something while I think of this.
To say now on the spot.
Oh, sorry.
The bounty hunters in the U.S. We call them they're like bail enforcers, something like that.
Yeah, basically. My mom knew them because she ran a bail bonds agency back in the day, and she knew a bunch of bounty hunters. Bail bondsmen, yeah. But the bail bondsmen are the one who posts the warrants, essentially. Like, this person skipped bail, go get him.
Do you remember? Do you remember the fucking what was his name? I'm looking for Anthony.
What?
Oh my god, what is his name?
Yeah. I remember I know what you're talking about. That where the guy who answers the doors just like trolls the fuck out of the guy. Yeah. He was a bandito before going to prison, then became a bounty hunter. Don't remember him going to jail again. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that he ended up going to prison again for some time. Can't remember exactly what for. I never watched the Bounty Hunter show. Let me go back to this article if I can get this. How to rule against the enemies of the United States. Cartels have replaced corsairs. Bill authors to employ all means reasonably necessary to seize property of cartels outside of U.S. territory. Letters of marque can be issued against an individual. Okay. Just relisting all the things. War of 1812, James Madison, target British merchant vessels. Confederate States of America issued letters of marque to privateers during the Civil War, but President Abraham Lincoln did not exercise power. The many privateers also engaged in piracy, according to the Legal Information Institute, particularly during periods of peace. Yeah, exactly, when their services weren't needed. So, Alice originally also introduced you from Tim Burchett of Tennessee. He said cartels push millions of dollars of fentanyl into our country with no regard for American lives. It's time to get creative about how we face these threats. These cartels present a serious risk for national security, and this bill would authorize President Trump to commission Americans to our homeland. So, there you go. I'm very skeptical that anything like this would work. Honestly, I think that the United States military is fully capable of doing the job. You know, I don't know. I just think it's funny. Just the idea of it is funny to me. I never thought of that thought that I had, so we're just gonna move on. Are you good to move on?
Yeah, I'm good.
All right. Jake Paul got his ass kicked. Finally.
Yippee!
So Jake Paul issues health update from hospital bed after having jaw broken by Anthony Joshua. Teeth removed and 7 days eating through a straw. He got whooped. So he drove himself to the hospital after admitting he feared his jaw was fractured. Survived 6 rounds with the former heavyweight champion before Joshua's power finally told in Miami. AJ knocked him down twice in the 5th round and then twice again in the 6th to end the mismatch in the early hours of Saturday morning GMT. Issuing an update to fans on social media, Paul revealed he would be forced to eat through a straw for a week and has had some of his teeth removed. They said surgery went well. Thanks for all the love and support. 2 titanium plates on each side, some teeth removed. Have to have only liquids for 7 days, so no doghouse dogs. He also posted to X, previously Twitter, just an hour before. Just got out of surgery. Everything went smooth. Thanks for all the love. Lots of pain and stiffness. Got to eat liquids for 7 days. Here he is in his hospital bed. This is what his mouth looks like after the surgery. Yeah, so he got fucking destroyed. And then this is like I think I have a better version of it here. Oh, no, that's not it. Maybe I don't have it. Boom. So it was a technical knockout. So yeah, that happened. And I just have to say, I am completely convinced that Tyson flew through that fight.
Mm-hmm.
He got paid a fucking fat stack of cash to throw that fight. I am fully convinced of that at this point. So let's see. Paul was well enough after the bout, but to reveal that he feared his jaw was fractured, and his promoter, Nikisa Badarian, later confirmed that the 28-year-old influencer had gone for treatment. 4 to 6 weeks for recovery. American was spitting blood following the knockout, said during his in-ring interview, "I'm feeling good. That was fun. I love the sport." I mean, credit where credit's due. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Paul later posted a photo. I mean, he drove himself to the hospital. He didn't have to, like, he drove himself. He did an in-ring interview with a broken jaw, blood dripping down his face. Former cruiserweight confirmed he would take a break from the sport, but planned a shot at the cruiserweight world title. Like, he was fighting below, he was fighting someone above his weight class. So there's also that. I've been going hard for 6 years. I'll take some time off. This is amazing. We will heal the broken jaw, come back and fight people my way. Anthony Joshua is a great fighter. I got beat, but that's what the sport is about. I will come back and keep on winning.
Yeah.
I mean,
like, as much as, like, all the hate for Paul, honestly, he got people back into boxing.
Yeah, I mean, after, like, Mayweather kind of left the scene, he's kind of filled that void. I'm not going to sit here and compare Jake Paul to Mayweather. No way I'm going to do that. But in terms of, like, how he got people watching again, you know what I mean?
Yeah. So, I mean, I don't really have, like, I'll be honest with you, like, for, like...
I don't have a hate boner for Jake Paul.
I don't hate him the way I hate Logan.
Yeah, I do hate... Yeah. I don't have a hate boner for Jake, though. I really don't.
Like, Jake's chill.
Is it Logan? Didn't Logan go into wrestling? I think Logan.
Yes.
Yeah, Logan's the one. Yeah, he went into wrestling, and everybody fucking hates him. Which is like, he eats it up though because he's playing a heel character in wrestling. So it's just like, it's like fucking Emperor Palpatine, like absorbing more power or some shit. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
People love to hate Logan Paul, which makes him perfect to be a heel in the WWE. So, I don't know. They wanted to watch him lose. I never got to see that happen. You are right. They were kind of I feel like the last man. I felt like Pacquiao was going to be the one to do that. I think he's the one that had a shot. I did not think that Conor McGregor had a shot. A lot of people were like, "Oh yeah, man, Conor McGregor's like the one guy who can do it." I was like, "No, man. Like, yeah, you put Mayweather in an MMA ring with Conor McGregor. McGregor's gonna beat the fucking shit out of him. You know what I mean? But you limit it to just classic boxing. Like, Mayweather's like an actual fucking machine. You know, like, you watch him fight, and it's just like, and you could tell in his fights, like, because he spends like he doesn't go for the knockout right away. He basically spends like the first few rounds vibe checking. You know, he bobs and weaves, throws jabs and hooks, gets some hits and stuff like that. But he's basically just like analyzing his opponent. And you could tell, like, when he locks in, he's like, okay, I've got him figured out. Time to knock him out now. And you could tell, like, when that turnaround is in every Mayweather fight. Because he fights pretty defensively at first, figuring out his opponent. Just kind of... And then at some point, it just clicks with him. He's like, okay, got it. Time to knock him out. And then he'll just go to work, and he just knocks him out, and it's done. It's like, fuck, dude.
Yeah.
Like, and I'm actually surprised that Conor McGregor lasted as long as he did. And Mayweather like said like that Conor McGregor was throwing shit that he had never seen before. Like he was throwing like the equivalent of like curveballs and like changeups and pitching in baseball. Like he was throwing like slow punches and stuff like that, like these weirdly timed punches and stuff like that he had never seen. But again, he's a machine. He just analyzes, and then once he has you clicked in and dialed in, he just goes to work on you and you're done. And that's exactly what he did to Conor too. So if Pacquiao couldn't do it, Conor couldn't do it, it's not going to happen. So Canelo had a shot. I agree with you there, Villain. I think less of a shot, though. I think less of it. Like, if I were to put it in order, I would put Pacquiao. Pacquiao really underperformed in that fight, too, by the way. He was not at his best. Anyway, yeah, Jake Paul finally got the shit kicked out of him. But, like, I mean, honestly, like, he has a good attitude. You know what I mean?
Yeah, he does.
He does have a good attitude. So, yeah, there you go. There you go. That's what happened to Jake Paul. Let's keep on, like, the kind of funny/cringe, which is Trump's Hunger Games. So, this is, oh my God, just listen.
In the fall, we will host the first ever Patriot Games, an unprecedented 4-day athletic event featuring the greatest high school athletes, one young man and one young woman from each state and territory. But I promise there will. In the fall, we will
like, how did, like, he had to have known. Like, Barron Trump talks to him. You know what I mean? And Barron Trump is very, like, plugged into this shit. Like, he had to have known that he was going to get memed into oblivion with Hunger Games comparisons. But you can see, it. Like, if I just, like, if you just type in Trump Hunger Games, I gotta be careful here because it's Twitter. Patriot, you know, that thing. It is really funny. It's also stupid though, because it's like, obviously he's not like pitting them to the death against each other. You know what I mean?
Yeah. But
it's like, it's so obvious. It's such an easy, like, low-hanging fruit to, like, meme on him with, you know? Trump deadass announced the Hunger Games. Like, obviously, we want to be able to afford housing, food, and healthcare. I welcome you all to the first annual Hunger Games. It's funny. It's really fucking funny. But honestly, it's not just that. So Trump to create Patriot Games for top high school athletes. Announced plans to hold a 4-day athletic competition among the nation's top high school athletes, part of a series of events his administration is hosting to celebrate the country's 250th birthday next year. Trump is calling the event the Patriot Games. The competition will feature one young man and one young woman from each state and territory and is scheduled to take place next fall. But I promised there would be no men playing in women's sports. Trump said in a video about his plans to commemorate the nation's semi-quincentennial next year. Gotta really force that Hunger Games reference in there, huh? You're not going to see that. You'll see everything but that. Democrats mock Trump on social media. Fair. Compare the athletic event to the Hunger Games and dystopia. Yeah, we know what the Hunger Games are. Some on social media defended the games, argued that they promoted youth athleticism and compared the event to the... Yeah, he also wants to do like
that's what it sounds like to me.
Yeah, exactly. Like, the Democrats are just being... I mean, fair. I would say that they're being childish, but fairly childish.
The liberals are doing what they always fucking do, which is basically everything reminds me of media, and I don't like it.
Yeah. Well, remember, like, back in the day before J.K. Rowling was like enemy number one in the trans issue, the only book that that leftists ever referenced was Harry Potter. Remember back in the day, like, that's the only book that the meme was read another book. You know, because
and
they were like.
Yeah, because they were like that is everything that the left knows and understands comes from fiction they read.
Yeah, exactly. Which is why the worldview is highly fictitious.
Or analytics. Yeah.
But the thing is like, at least this one, I get it. You know what I mean? At least I get this one. But in the end, it is childish and stupid. So he said, besides the Patriot Games, other events sponsored by Freedom 250 will include a Great American State Fair on the National Mall, featuring pavilions from all 50 states, a national prayer event, and a Memorial Day parade. I actually want to go to this fair. I think this sounds fucking cool. Where is the National Mall? That's in DC, right? Yeah, it's in DC. Man, I want to go. I want to figure out a way to go to that. Compared to the Donald Sutherland character. Celebrations are separated from those being hosted by America 2050, the bipartisan organization established by Congress in 2016 to lead planning of the country's milestone birthday. So America 250. So Trump's thing is Freedom 250. This is America 250 welcomes Freedom 250, Freedom Space 250. I don't know why there's no space in the America 250. That's annoying. That will give the American people more ways they can celebrate America's 250th birthday. Rosie Reyes, chair of the first group, said, "Cool. That's a good attitude. Like,
yeah,
it should all be one big fucking celebration." And I'm fucking here for it. I think it's gonna be great. And honestly, I'm gonna really try to go to the National Mall, to the Great American State Fair. I want to try to go. See how much it is. I wonder how much it is. I wonder if we can get like a. If you say the name of the thing, how much can we disclose?
Of the what? Straylight?
Okay, so we can't say the name. Okay.
I've mentioned Straylight several times, and every time I do, it's like, yeah, you know, that thing that I say the name of sometimes, and Chad doesn't know anything about, and I'm purposely vague about it. And I go out of my way to make sure I express that, so Chat is like, what? Like how they are right now.
Maybe all I'm saying is maybe the Great American State Fair can be a Straylight thing, depending on the timing. Maybe. That could be cool.
I need to work faster. I guess so much to work on. Typing just gave me a fucking idea like last night.
Oh, really?
Like, how I can do the one shots for like my D&D channel.
Oh, that's what you need to focus on right now. Focus on that.
And the idea is like there's a lot of work I need to put into it. For what I want to do. So I want to create like a whole new setting.
Oh yeah, that's gonna take some time.
Yeah.
But the thing is, you don't have all. You don't have.
Excited.
You don't have to have all the ideas realized now. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, I would like focus on getting the transition of the main thing, and you have another campaign that you're going to be having on the channel, right? And once those gears are turning, then you can work on the one shots.
And they'll work on the one shots after, I think.
Yeah, exactly. Like you gotta like learn to like pace and like schedule yourself out for your like what task you want to do, and then you gotta work in, you know, the Straylight stuff on top of that. You know, but you can't just be like everything has to be done now. Like no. Focus on the D&D stuff first, get that up and going, and then I think after that, focus on Straylight.
I need minions.
And then once Straylight is going, then you can get the one shots going. Figured out. I think that's the order.
To help me get all the things done. That's what I need to
do. But anyway, that's the Freedom 250 that's going to happen. I think honestly, I feel like next year is going to be. There's a lot of. Look, there's so many games that I'm fucking hyped for next year, and then like maybe go into this thing. Like, there's a lot of stuff happening next year that I'm looking forward to. Okay. I'm going to take a speaking break. So.
Yay! My turn.
Yeah, it's your turn. It's your turn to say.
You like pace these so we can go back and forth.
I know. I need to get better at that. I will. In fact, starting.
I was sitting here. I was like, I gave him a bunch of stories. Where are they?
Starting in the new year, I will make that. I will really put an effort into like doing that so that we can both like go back and forth. But anyway, this one is yours.
Woman sues IRS to have pets classified as dependents. A New York attorney and her golden retriever are suing the IRS in an effort to get pets classified as legal dependents. Amanda Reynolds and her dog, 8-year-old Finnegan, filed a lawsuit in the Eastern District of New York, arguing that the dog relies entirely on her for food, shelter, medical care, training, and transportation, according to Forbes.
Okay.
Reynolds also argued her dog has no independent income, resides exclusively with her, and its annual expenses exceeding $5,000, fitting the requirements the agency lays out for a legal dependent. While the IRS defines pets as property, Reynolds told QZ the directive does not reflect her dog's role in her life. I think, well, I can get a fucking pet rock.
And yeah,
right?
call
Be like,
it my
this
dependent.
is my family. And call it a fucking dependent.
That's the whole problem with this.
Like, this is there's a huge fucking loophole in this. And that is that if how you determine what is considered a quote-unquote legal dependent is based on its quote-unquote role in your life and not it being a human being, then, like, you open up a huge legal loophole for this shit. People are gonna start fucking getting dogs because they're fucking cheaper than fucking people and have less rights. And they're gonna start using them to fucking be like, oh yeah, and this, so I got a dog and I spend thousands of dollars on my dog every year. Why? Why the fuck do you do that? Oh, taxes. Like, are you fucking retarded?
Yeah, exactly. Like, that's the problem with this. It's like it's just so easy. The moment you open this up, it's immediately gonna be like extremely abused.
It's fucking. It only applies to it only applies to living animals. Okay, fine. I can't wait to collect fucking income tax on my fucking 10 goldfish. Like, oh man, this ant farm, these are all my little living dependents. They're living creatures that are dependent on me. This ant farm here, yeah, I get 1,000 fucking,
I get the child,
I have 1,000 legal dependents. Like, there's a reason why we draw the line at children.
Yeah, what's next? Like, the child tax credit start extending to pets? You know? Like...
Like, God, it's so stupid. This is so stupid. This bitch is retarded. For all intents and purposes, Finnegan is like my daughter, and is definitely a dependent. I mean, yeah, I also think of Sundrup as like my kid, right? Which is why I fucking scold her and I beat the fuck out of her when she does something wrong, right?
Yeah.
And then I give her lots of hugs and kisses and pets when she does something good. And when she's scared, I hold her and I pet her and I tell her it's okay. Because, yeah, dogs are like children, essentially. Forever. They're like forever children, right? Except not forever, because they live like 15 years. So actually, they're literally children for less time than actual children. But again, it's like, where the fuck do you draw the line, right? Like, is this like class 3 pets, right? Class 3 animals, right? Like, is that where you draw the line? Like where the fuck do you draw this line?
What even says here, like, since the agency already states that some pets, such as service animals, can qualify for tax advantages. Like, yeah, because at that point, the pet isn't just a pet. The pet is like a medical device, like a pacemaker. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's not the same thing.
Yeah, but not every pet fills that role.
Exactly.
Sundrup is the opposite of a pacemaker, for example. She makes me want to fucking, like, she makes my heart want to fucking explode from how much fucking energy she has and constantly.
Right? Yeah.
Presses directly into my fucking nuts.
I can't wait till women start suing to get their dogs recognized as legally their husbands.
God, dude. Should the IRS rules are an unfair burden on taxpayers? How is it unfair? What's unfair about it? Since the agency already states some pets, I mean, yeah.
It's her choice to have a pet.
Hold on. Pause. It's not unfair, you dumb fucking cunt. Do you know how much fucking money it costs to get your fucking animal trained to be a service animal?
A lot.
It costs a lot. It costs thousands of dollars.
Yes.
That's not a cheap thing to do. So no, it's not unfair, you stupid fucking cunt. You haven't fucking spent the money on your fucking dog Finnegan to fucking be a service animal, have you? If you fucking really gave a shit about this, you would fucking do that. Judge James M. Wick, who's overseeing the case, has granted a motion to pause the discovery process, as the IRS is likely to file a motion to dismiss. Correct.
Yeah, I can't believe it. This is so stupid. It has me agreeing with the IRS. Like, don't make me agree with the IRS, you dumb bitch. Stop it.
Keep away, a lot of the IRS rules are an unfair burden on the taxpayer. That's kind of the point of the tax code. Yeah, that's like the
Speaking
point.
of unfair
But this is not one of
burdens,
those things. That's unfair.
there's
This
a
is
growing
not one of those
movement.
things.
There's a growing movement down here in Florida amongst like DeSantis wants to do it. Like DeSantis is actually going to be trying to do it before he leaves office, which is abolish property tax.
So based.
Yeah, and we got
Space
this other
guy.
guy. We got this other guy who's like surging in the gubernatorial race against Byron Donalds in the primaries, called James Fishback. James Fishback is the fucking man. Oh my god, he is so fucking great. I can't wait to vote for James Fishback. But he's like also like, yeah, I'll do what I can to abolish the property tax as well.
Byron. I thought that you were excited for Byron.
I am. Well, Byron's fine. He's not as good as DeSantis, but he's fine. But James Fishback is better.
I see. Okay.
But anyway, yeah, so
God bless Florida.
I know, right? Can you imagine what's going to happen
Most
to property
American
values down here in Florida if the fucking property
my
tax
God,
gets
dude.
abolished? Oh my god, dude!
Oh my god, dude.
Like your mom's house is going to be worth $1 million plus if that happens, because
God,
so many people are going to try to move here. It's going to be crazy, dude.
I wish I had the power to buy a house in Florida right now.
I know.
But anyways, to continue.
Anyways, next one. This one's brace yourselves for this one. Tragic plane crash claims lives of former NASCAR driver Greg Biffle and 6 others. It's not just 6 others. It's not even just Greg Biffle and his wife. It's Greg Biffle, his wife, his son, and his daughter. It's his entire
and then
family.
Pilot, co-pilot.
This is like, yeah, then 2 other people. I don't know who they are, but this is like remember when Kobe Bryant died in that plane that helicopter crash, and it was like, because it was like Kobe. Who was it? It was like Kobe and like 2 or 3 of his daughters, wasn't it?
It was one of his daughters.
Was it just one of his daughters?
It was just one of his daughters. Yeah.
Okay, it was the one that was like wanted to play basketball.
Yeah.
Okay. Like I remember like that was like a tragedy because it's like it wasn't just Kobe. This is like a super famous NASCAR driver, and his entire fucking family was on
I
this
sold
plane.
so many copies of NBA 2017.
Oh really? Oh yeah, I can see why. But Statesville, North Carolina. Well, actually, I'm not going to read this. I'll do the article, but I'll just show.
No, it wasn't 2017.
This is
Wait.
the flight route. So he leaves the airport.
Oh yeah. It was the Legend edition of the 2017 that featured Kobe Bryant.
Okay. So he takes off, and there's like an immediate problem. Essentially, there's no sound to this video. He goes up, he takes off. He gets up to 2,300 feet. Immediately starts going back down again. He's at 1,600 feet at this point. Stays there because he's trying to basically get back to approach the airport. And you can see here, he gets onto approach, and it looks like he's getting, like, he wants to, like, turn to line up with this, but he abandons. Gets close, and he tries to pull, like, a low-speed turn. And then he goes down, like, right in front of the, like, right.
Yeah, just short of the runway.
Well, he hits the runway. He lands on the runway.
Oh.
Yeah, because this is the runway. The runway starts right here. And then it, bam.
Okay.
This is what it looks like in the aftermath. Just.
God.
Whoa. Yeah. Just a fireball. He landed as a fireball. You can see the plane just burning.
So wait, did it catch fire like before it landed?
I think so. I think an engine blew up or something. And this is like this is what the plane looked like. Just a classic, Cessna plane. The kind of stuff that we see go down all the time on the show. So NASCAR vet Greg Biffle, wife and kids among 7 killed in North Carolina private plane crash.
Yeah, I was gonna say that doesn't look like a Cessna. That's more like a little like private plane. That wasn't like a little prop plane.
Well, it is a Cessna. Cessna.
Oh, it is. Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
C500. Went down at Statesville Regional Airport, which is frequented by NASCAR teams and Fortune 500 companies just before 10:30. I wonder if Cam knew this guy. I bet he met him at one point, at least. Footage shot by WSOC TV captured the aircraft entirely engulfed in flames as emergency crews rushed onto the runway. Biffle, along with his wife, Christina, 14-year-old daughter, Emma, and 5-year-old son, Ryder, died in the tragic wreck. Craig Wadsworth, a beloved figure of the NASCAR community, and Dennis Dutton and his son, Jack, were also identified as victims of the fatal plane crash. God. That, oh, man. Greg was more than a champion driver. He was a beloved member of the NASCAR community. A fierce competitor and a friend to so many, his passion for racing, his integrity, and his commitment to fans and fellow competitors alike made a lasting impact on the sport. He was a 55-year-old semi-retired NASCAR driver and humanitarian, affectionately known as the Biff, owned the plane through GB Aviation Leasing. Beyond his racing career, he gave of himself for the betterment of our community. Most notably, Greg spent countless hours of his time helping the citizens of North Carolina during the disasters that followed Hurricane Helene. His tireless work saved lives. Our thoughts and deepest condolences go out to Greg's entire family, friends, and all who were touched by his life. North Carolina Representative Richard Hudson also remembered Biffle and his wife for their humanitarian efforts, noting that the couple flew hundreds of rescue missions in western North Carolina after Hurricane Helene pounded the region last September. Devastating pole? Devastated pole? I don't know what that is. Said he last spoke with Christina a few weeks ago when she asked how she could help with relief efforts in Jamaica. So that was like, because Jamaica got really slammed by a hurricane this latest season. They were friends who lived their lives focused on helping others. Hudson posted on X Thursday afternoon, calling Biffle a great NASCAR champion who thrilled millions of fans. He was an extraordinary person as well, will be remembered for his service to others as much as for his fearlessness on the track. That's who the Biffles were. Our prayers are with the family, friends, and everyone grieving this unimaginable loss. So he won 19 NASCAR Cup Series, one-time Busch Series champion, Hall of Fame nominee. Yeah. They were on their way to spend the afternoon with us. We were devastated. I'm so sorry to share this. So, because all the rest of it are just statements from friends and stuff like that. But yeah, the plane, which cost at least $2 million, had taken off from the regional airport located about 45 miles north of Charlotte just after 10 a.m., but quickly turned around after failing to even make it to 2,000 feet. Witnesses who were playing golf adjacent to the airport recalled dropping to the ground at the Lakewood Golf Club as the plane went overhead. We were like, oh my gosh, that's way too low, said Joshua Green of Mooresville, adding that there was debris all over the ninth hole. Sounds like an engine blew up and was just shedding debris. AccuWeather reported that there was a drizzle and clouds around the airport at the time of the crash. The jet was scheduled to leave Sarasota, Florida for Treasure Cay International Airport in the Bahamas before returning to Fort Lauderdale, and then continuing on to Statesville later that night. The city-owned airport provides corporate aviation facilities for Fortune 500 companies and several NASCAR teams. The airport has remained closed since the deadly crash. It's unclear what caused the wreck. The NTSB and the Federal Aviation Commission are investigating. So, yeah, that's just... That really is hard to imagine. Like, imagine, like, being, yeah, you know, like, you have a family and you're like really good friends with another family, and that entire family gets killed.
I decided to check, since you mentioned that Cam will probably do this guy, and I did in fact find a picture of Cam with him on Cam's account on the 18th, saying you'll be missed, Biff. Biff was the nicest guy in the garage. Heartbreaking.
I had a feeling. I had a feeling, because that's like that. You know, it's like any community. Like, they seem bigger than they actually are. Like, most communities are like that. You know, most communities are actually much more tight than you would think. Yeah. So I was like, and the NASCAR is no different. So I was like, I'll bet that Cam knew this person. So damn, That's fucking rough. What can I say? Okay. We have there's another fucking crazy tragedy. We're kind of late to this one. Which is the Rob Reiner murder. So Rob Reiner and his wife Michelle had their throats slit by, it says family member, but it was their son. Rob Reiner and his wife Michelle had their throats slit by their son, possibly after an argument inside their LA home, leading to their tragic deaths. It's unclear what exactly triggered the violence, which went down Sunday afternoon in Brentwood. We're told one of Rob's daughters found her parents dead and told police a family member had killed them. People report that the couple's son, Nick, was questioned in connection with the murders, and he has since been arrested for murder. Sources say that the daughter told the police the family member should be a suspect because they're dangerous. TMZ broke the story. Rob and Michelle suffered lacerations consistent with knife wounds, and LAPD's Robbery Homicide Division is investigating the case. Dispatch audio captured LAPD calling for backup to the Brentwood mansion around 3:30 p.m., though it doesn't provide any further information about the circumstances in the home. This was like, do you know who Rob Reiner is?
No.
Oh my gosh, like Rob Reiner, this is, you know what The Princess Bride is?
Yes.
He directed Princess Bride. Like, he's directed a ton of very different stuff. Like, here's the thing. Rob Reiner was like infamous for like having one of the most severe cases of TDS in the world. Okay? He despised Trump with a burning passion. So much so that he actually like worked with like he was actually a part of like the Russia collusion hoax, you know? And Trump, I'm not going to read it, but Trump gave this, you know, yeah, Rob Reiner died and it's sad, but that guy was a fucking dick, you know, kind of post. Like, you know, imagine what that Trump post is, and it's exactly what you imagine. No. And I think it's like, that ain't the right thing to do. I get why he did it. I get it. You know what I mean? Like, I get it.
Yeah.
But it's time and place, you know? I don't expect anything less or more from Trump when it comes to this kind of stuff, to be honest. But this guy directed, like, he did Stand By Me, he did The Wolf of Wall Street, he did, oh man, what else? You don't even know what Stand By Me is, do you?
No.
Stand By Me it's based off of a Stephen King book, actually. About 4 kids just kind of go wandering in the wilderness and they find a dead body. It's basically what it is, but it's like a super famous movie. Yeah, he was a really talented guy. He really was. Like, all the political shit aside, you know, the guy was like really good at what he did. He was probably honestly, he was probably a Hollywood creep. Let's be honest, he probably was one of those kind of guys, but it's just strange to, like, when you have such a high profile, you know what it reminds me of? The Princess Bride. I said The Princess Bride. That was the first one I said, Bear. But it reminds me of, what was that? There was a guy in Hollywood who famously was killed because a burglar just hopped the fence. He hopped the security fence, ran across the property, broke into the home, and then shot him in his house. What? Oh my gosh, what was that celebrity where that happened to? I think he was a cast member from SNL. Let me look it up. I gotta look it up. Phil Hartman. It was Phil Hartman. Yeah, he was like, oh wait, it was his wife. Never mind, it was his wife. Wait, this isn't right. This is a different person. I'm thinking of something else. But yeah, Phil Hartman was also, his wife, it was like a murder suicide. And he was like one of the most popular people on Saturday Night Live. And it was like mid-season, so it was like the height of his popularity, and his like wife committed like a murder suicide in their house. Like, she just shot him in the head in his sleep, and then she turned the gun on herself. Yeah. So yeah, I don't really have anything more to say on this. It's just, just really wild to see like such a high profile person in Hollywood like that just get ended in such a gruesome way by his own son. Like, god damn. Directly blame Andy Dick for that. Oh gosh, I don't know enough about it. Okay, let's move on. This is an interesting one. China to regulate CEO romance microdramas, warns against content promoting materialism, flaunting of wealth. Basically what this is that too many women in China are delusional of the high status men that they think that they can date and marry, to the point where the Chinese government just banned all the dramas that are basically like 50 Shades of Grey dramas, where like random women just get swept up by super rich like CEOs and stuff. And so China's just like, no more of that. You women are out of control. Chinese authorities have recently released guidelines to regulate CEO romance microdramas, emphasizing the need to avoid promoting ideals that glorify marriage with the powerful, wealthy individuals or families. Additionally, they warned against the intentional creation of eye-catching content by flaunting wealth and showcasing power, as Guangjian Shiji, a WeChat account affiliated with China Press and Publishing Media Group Company Limited, reported on Monday. The guidelines, reportedly released by the National Radio and Television Administration, emphasize that creators should adhere to the principles of realism when producing short-form dramas that portray the entrepreneurial community. The creators should avoid wrapping absurd stories under the guise of realism and using absurd artistic techniques as an excuse to fabricate overly bizarre plots that lack genuine value, Guangdian Chiji said, as such practices could distort the public's perception of Chinese entrepreneurs and harm the profile of the entrepreneurial community. The guidelines said the creators should tell the stories of Chinese entrepreneurs from both history and contemporary times, rather than being limited to themes of romantic entanglements and family disputes, noting that in particular, creators should avoid promoting marriage concepts that cling to the powerful, wealthy individuals and families. The guidelines pointed out that management of CEO romance microdramas should be strengthened. Specific measures include reducing the quantity, improving the quality, and avoiding the use of terms like domineering CEO as appealing titles to attractive viewers. It also emphasizes that short-form dramas must not deliberately create appealing points through content that promotes materialism, flaunting wealth, power, or hedonism. The theme of the characterization of the protagonist should not deviate from mainstream values, and microdramas should avoid promoting the views of getting something for nothing, instant success, or overnight wealth. I feel like there's a problem with this whole approach. Like, what are you thinking about this? Like, do you think this will work?
Probably not.
I don't think so either. I feel like this is
I don't know, man.
I
I
feel
feel like things that I think wouldn't work. I feel like China has a unique situation where their people are docile and content with being controlled.
Yeah.
And thus, this might work. Because it's China. This would never work in the US, never in a million years.
Oh,
It
no,
would
no,
never
no.
work
It would
in any
create-
free country in the world.
Mm-mm.
Right? This would never work in any country where, like, you know, the people weren't, you know, controlled. But, like, in China, I mean, maybe. Fuck.
Well, my whole thing is it's like, this is a chicken. This is like a misinterpretation of the chicken or the egg. I feel like it's like, I don't think that these dramas are causing the delusion. I think that the delusion is causing the dramas. Like, they wouldn't be making this content if there wasn't a market for it. You know what I mean? It's like, and there's a market for it because women are already under this delusion. So it's like,
yeah,
you're not. If anything, it might like provide an outlet for it. You know what I mean? Like the more you try to suppress it, the more like you can't suppress everything forever. You know what I mean? And the more and more you suppress something, when eventually like that suppression is like and unable to be contained anymore, the more of an explosion it's going to be. You know what I mean? I just feel like this is like, I don't know what the analogy is, chicken or egg, cart before the horse, whatever analogy you want to use. I I don't feel like this is going to make the delusion of women chasing after rich and powerful Chinese men, Chinese entrepreneurs, change at all by getting rid of these dramas. It's still going to be there because it's the demand for those, media to represent those delusions in the first place that cause these things to show up, to exist anyway. I feel like this is also like such a Chinese move to do. You know what I mean? Because that's the thing. Like China's like weird. Like they're like it's called the Chinese Communist Party, the CCP. But I feel like when you have like essentially a capitalist economy that's basically all under the umbrella of a command economy system, that sounds more like fascism than communism. So it's like, you know what I mean? Like it's strangely like more of a fascist country than it is a communist country. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like if you think about it purely in terms of like how the economy is structured.
You have to remember, fascism isn't like a super right-leaning, economic like standpoint, like how the left likes to think. Fascism directly stems from communism.
Yeah, like it's like you were saying further.
That's not odd.
You were talking about it earlier, how like in order for communism to work, you kind of have to switch over to China. You kind of have to do what China does. It's like, is that interesting that for communism to work, they have to become fascists?
Correct.
You know what I mean?
What Bear's saying is true. Fascism isn't the opposite of communism. It's an offshoot of it.
It's the evolution of it. It's almost like it's like the survival mechanism of communism. Like communism has to necessarily become fascistic to survive, essentially. And that's basically what China is. China is like it is a fascist country, essentially. It's like communist in name only. It's really weird. So it's like it's such a Chinese thing to do. It's such a fascist thing to do, though. Because like fascist, I think like one of the reasons that like fascism is associated with the right wing is because like
it's literally just because the Nazis and because the Nazis were nationalistic. That's all it is. And nationalism is associated with right wing viewpoints. That's literally all that it is. But the Nazis were never right leaning. The Nazis, I mean, they were the National Socialist Party.
Yeah.
And to be fair, they never really truly were socialists because fucking Hitler wasn't stupid. All right.
Right.
As much as like, he wasn't stupid, and he knew that fucking communism and socialism doesn't fucking work. So he sold a popular idea, socialism, but he delivered a more effective idea, fascism.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
and that's what happened. But like that doesn't make Hitler, someone who was right leaning. It's not the way that works. Just because he applied this fascism into a national. And here's the thing: it's like communism is inherently nationalistic because you are focused on ensuring the not necessarily prosperity, but the continuation, right? The conservation, right, of what you already have, of your commune,
right,
and the people in it. Which is why communism doesn't typically extend outward from itself.
Right. It's very insular.
Yeah, it's very insular, right? It doesn't, like, and this is like what I was saying before, it's like, you can't have progress with communism unless you do what China does.
Mm-hmm.
Because communism is inherently conservative.
Yeah, this is
in the most literal sense of that word.
Yeah,
right? And so it's just like...
This is why, like...
The left doesn't understand how any of this shit works. They don't. They don't actually understand any of this shit. They just believe what the fuck they're told.
Well, yeah, I mean, that's the thing. Like, what I always tell people, it's like, it's not like communism is far left and fascism is far right. It's like, no, communism and fascism are both far left. Far right is like the Ayatollah Khomeini in Iran. It's, it's like, that's what far right is. Far right is like, essentially the Muslim countries of the world is what far right is.
That's far right.
That's what far right is, but like you also notice how like China also like like the Germans, they're very like like you said, they're nationalistic in that they really they try to conserve like their
way of life.
Their way of life and their traditions and stuff like that. They're very traditional in that sense. And that's exactly what China's doing here. Is they're just like, hey, you're breaking the social fabric that has traditionally been in place in this country since Mao, essentially. And we're not going to allow that to happen. So we're just going to crack down. We're just going to crack down on it.
You know what other countries?
It's a very conservative thing to do.
You know what other country is also like that and is more open, again, showcases the fact that communism is inherently conservative? Russia is also like that.
Yeah, you're right.
Like, every successful communist country functions like that. And Russia isn't as communistic as it used to be. Yeah, quote-unquote successful. But, it's not as communistic as it used to be. But it doesn't, again, Russia does the same thing. Where it's not a purely communist country. It's just not.
It's not, no.
It's not. It functions similarly to China.
Yeah, it does.
And again, they're highly conservative.
And they are very conservative.
So
they're socially and culturally very conservative and traditional. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and again, nationalistic. And so it's just again, it's it's not, it's not black and white.
No. Well, I think people get really caught up in the left-right dichotomy. The left-right dichotomy, it doesn't work. They get
caught up in American bipartisan.
Yeah, the left-right thing is a very American thing. It doesn't really apply very well to the rest of the world.
No.
It doesn't map on, which is why
the way that we do shit in America is it's basically just a popularity contest, and you're just voting for your favorite fucking team.
The head count.
Politics in America is a fucking sport. It's not a fucking
It's a head count.
But yeah.
Anyway, I thought that was an interesting, very China does Chinese thing kind of article. Next one, I will let you read this one because you had this one and you knew that I would have it. So
yeah, I saw it. And I was like, he's already got this one. I'm not gonna
right.
I've already sent him plenty. I'm not gonna send him this one because I already have a bunch I want to send him, and I'm sure he has his own, and I'm sure this is already in it. 92-year-old grandma wins Tekken 8 tournament. She's gone viral in Japan after winning a Tekken 8 tournament held specifically for senior citizens, becoming one of the oldest esports tournament winners ever recorded. This
is the first time we've covered a story like this, where it's like an old folks' home, like a sanctioned tournament that's just for old people. I absolutely encourage this. I hope this happens more and more across the world, where old people get into gaming and stuff like that. I want that. Anyway.
According to Automaton, the event was organized by the CARE Esports Association, which runs competitive gaming events aimed at senior citizens. The tournament featured Tekken 8 and brought together competitors ranging from their 70s through to their 90s, complete with brackets and live commentary. Tournament winner, 92-year-old Hisako Sakai, fought her way to first place using Claudio Serafino, with footage from the event showing her calmly controlling matches as commentators and viewers reacted in disbelief. 92-year-old grandma, I just read this. Reported by GameSpark, Sakai told viewers ahead of the matches that she was aiming for the trophy and went on to back that up by defeating 95-year-old Sadayuki Kato, who played as Armor King in the semifinals before beating Goro Sugiyama in the final, who used Lily. Both opponents were widely viewed as favorites to win heading into the tournament, so the 92-year-old managed to surprise the viewers with her dominant win. I want to see this. According to CARE's official website, the group used esports tournaments as health
it's the whole
promoting
event.
sport.
The live stream of the whole event. It's
Oh my god.
Almost 3 hour long stream.
Jesus. It helps older people just pick a random segment of it somewhere in the middle. Helps older people live bright, healthy, and active lives. Adding that it works. It's just a fucking Discord call.
Yeah, it was.
That it works every day with the goal of creating an environment where seniors can easily participate in CARE esports. There you go. Just pick a random game. I just want to see how they play.
理解度は今のところ一番高いかもしれないですね。
そうですか。
見てください、この派手なリングインから。
You have the lady
ボールを吹き上
on
げ
the
るアーマ
left
ーキン
and
グ
the guy
Yeah, on the left.
It's kinda
You
hard
gotta
to
full
see.
screen. You gotta full screen.
I just
There
did.
you go.
会話から浮かせていった中田貞之。
Oh my god, they're like
もう一度ラリアット強烈。
they're better at this than me.
イートバース入ってパワーアップ状態。しかし物ともしないのは加藤貞之。
They don't defend, do they?
田中さんのね、
They don't have a blocking game.
そうですね、しっかり防御ということもできているような動きが加藤さんには見えます。さあ、銃が炸裂してる。ライトコンボが
Oh my god, bro's juggling her. What the heck?
おしかし
Yo, this grandpa's crazy.
田中宏
Ooh, that was a
Oh my
good
god.
combo.
Oh wait, hold on, whoa.
浮かせて
Uh-oh.
大き上がりにここは
Uh-oh.
バッタシ
Uh-oh.
ョー右アッパーがあって
Oh!
The juggle is insane.
Oh, it's 3 out of 5.
続きをかわしていく
The grab.
試合を食べてカウンターこれ大きなダメージが
Grandpa's crazy with it.
Yeah, they don't block at all.
ヒートバスを
Oh shit.
しかしこれは
Oh, he's gonna sweep her. He's gonna sweep her.
ヒートもあ
He
る
sure is. Bro, Grandpa got
skunk.
back.
Skunked
Grandpa
her.
came for the win. You see when he won, he went to the that like security are like.
素晴らしい。
いや力で抑え込んでいきましたね
変わったのは
That
大
was
足
crazy. That was crazy. That was crazy. Alright, sorry. Continue. Some of the stories have gone viral outside Japan, with the most famous examples being Shirley Curry, who built a huge following playing Elder Scrolls V Skyrim on YouTube well into her 80s. I wouldn't call it the same. Or similar.
That's not the, no, that's not the same.
Becoming so iconic that Bethesda later confirmed she would appear as an NPC in the Elder Scrolls 6. Too bad she's not going to live to see it. More recently, a US player also went viral after convincing his 69-year-old father to beat Dark Souls as his very first video game before immediately moving on to Elden Ring. This US player, by the way, is Babe1, Babe2. You guys should go sub to his channel.
Yeah.
He's pretty fucking awesome. It's a shame they didn't like. I mean, I guess they have a link to it, but
Yeah, it's hyperlink here.
I knew exactly what the story was. The second I saw it, I was like, oh, I know those guys.
My dad, I know for a fact, would never be able to beat Dark Souls or Elden Ring. He could barely get Arthur to aim at an enemy in Red Dead 2. Like,
Well, here's the thing. I think your dad probably actually could have an easier time beating Dark Souls than beating Red Dead, just because Dark Souls has lock-on.
I guess I don't.
You don't have to aim and like how to put this. For the most part, combat isn't like, I know the game itself is 3D, right? But the
Yeah.
game plays essentially like a Metroidvania. While the space is 3D, combat's pretty generally linear.
I get what you're saying, but Red Dead 2
and you
has
gotta focus on what's in front of you.
Red Dead 2 has
And you don't
snapping
have
too.
to. I know, but you don't have to aim in a 3D space. Snap aiming isn't the same as like just pressing a button and now your character's automatically locked on.
That's true.
You know?
I guess I'm skeptical. I'm just saying I'm very skeptical.
Do you know how Babe One's dad did it? Babe One essentially had him. He kind of guided him into building a tank, so he could basically just tank hits and just stand there and just slap boxes, like slap everything around. So he didn't have to dodge as much.
Yeah. Honestly, Bear, I wouldn't worry about it because I think Skyrim is the last good game that Bethesda's ever going to make. I think they're cooked. I don't think Elder Scrolls 6 is going to be the great game.
Dark Souls is not an easy game. Souls-like is the worst genre of game invented in the last 20 years. Mac, I'm going to assume that this is an attempt
to rage bait you.
To rage bait.
I don't know. Like my dad had a hard time just getting his horse to steer in the right direction. Like he has to really concentrate just to get his horse to follow the road.
Yeah, because it's a fucking 3D space.
Yeah, but all he's doing is just tapping X.
Everyone knows the worst genre of game invented in the last 20 years was MOBAs.
That's a more convincing argument to me.
I just like those games, their whole being. We need to sit down. I need to make you play one while I coach you.
You still need to sit down with me for Sekiro. My Achilles heel.
Yeah.
You need to help me tackle that game.
Yeah, we do need to do that.
That'll be a Stray Light thing. A pretty petty.
MOBAs and hero shooters, I think, are the worst games. All of the esports games are the worst. Mac also rage quit Sekiro, so you're not alone, Helmsman. You're not alone.
I don't think I rage quit it. I guess kind of put it down. I guess kind of just stopped playing. Like
you rageously quit it.
Like the way that I quit Marvel Rivals is the same way. Like I recently picked that game back up again, but Marvel Rivals, I just paused the game in the middle of a match and I just quit the match and then I uninstalled the game and I just started playing Yakuza game. And I guess I was just like, I'm just done with this. You know, I wasn't like rage or anything like that. I was just like, no, I'm just done. And I just stopped, you know, like some games are like that. Some games are just like, you know what? I'm just done with this game. I'm going to move on, you know?
You beat Elden Ring?
I did?
Like you have a hard... No, Mac. Mac said he beat Elden Ring. You give him false confidence. You beat Elden Ring, but you think the Souls games are hard? What? I don't know, man. I think Elden Ring is like really poorly balanced. So I mean, fuck, if you can do Elden Ring, like I don't know, I think the other games are easier. IMO.
Yeah, because Elden Ring, you can kind of like make like broken builds, can't you?
I guess that's true. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, you can make broken builds and just kind of make the game easy. Elden Ring. I don't know. Sekiro is just a rhythm game.
Yeah. Next one. This is one of yours. I want to show the video first.
Broken builds, death help me
lol.
Yeah.
Me an ad right now.
The game very much incentivizes you to do that in Elden Ring, because the actual game isn't very well balanced.
Right.
It's balanced 2 broken builds that you can make.
So the beginning of this has no sound. Don't worry.
Hold on. Go back to the beginning. What started this?
Hang on. It'll. I think it does restart at some point. Maybe not. Why does it have sound? What's going on?
I don't know. It's just static.
Hang on.
She's trying to butt in.
Hang on. Here we go. Get this. The Fox News version will work, maybe. Come on. No, this wasn't
I think
sound either.
Isn't sound.
There just isn't sound. Oh, whoa! What the hell? Let's try to pause it, Fox News. You know what this kind of looks like? This right here, this freeze frame, it looks like one of those Renaissance paintings. Why does it keep doing that? That is so fucking annoying.
Leave this site. Leave this site right now.
Yeah, I hate
this. Leave this site right now. It is pissing me off.
I'm going back to the other one. Jesus. Fuck you, Fox News.
I'd rather listen to static.
Yeah, me too. Actually, I'll just turn the...
Yeah, so this bitch trying to butt in. Tries to elbow that chick. She's like, yo, what the fuck? And it turns into a brawl with the other chick. And now they're all...
Just yanks those bangs. Just, got him. Oh, like this right, this looks like a Renaissance, one of those Renaissance paintings. Like,
yeah.
Like
why is this dude in the center just around? He's like hunched over this like tablet. Like he's trying to like it's like all these women are like trying to steal his cheeseburger, you know?
He's like laughing at first. Like look at his shit-eating grin.
Yeah.
He's like these fucking crazy
he's
bitches,
like, these bitches are not gonna get my cheeseburger.
Yeah, right. And then he gets elbowed in the head.
And then she gets elbowed in the head.
He's still smiling. He's still smiling. He's like, what the fuck is going on?
Who the fuck are all these women? That one bitch just pulls out her phone, starts recording, goes, oh my god. Ay, Dios mío. I can already hear it in my head.
I know, right?
The old lady laughing.
Puta.
Dude, Mexico just isn't a real country.
It really isn't. It's a fucking narco state.
It's just not a real
this
country.
is funny. Watch this woman right here. So they're like looking in from like a doorway on the side of the room. Watch the woman.
Yeah. She's like, what the fuck is happening?
She's just like so fed up. She's like, this
Like,
is
fuck
fucking
this.
embarrassing. I'm out of here. I think this is the yeah, this is the sign language woman. She's like, what am I supposed to do with this?
God.
He's
My
still
goodness.
smiling. Look at him. He's still smiling. He's like,
There's still hair
these
pulling.
bitches
and
are
fighting.
crazy. She punches him. Man, I swear, like half of Mexicans, I never know that they were Mexican. They look like white people.
God.
So what the hell happened here? So a debate in Mexico City's Congress descended into a brawl Monday as lawmakers yanked hair, traded blows, and shoved one another across the dais.
After an opposition protest over the city's Transparency Institute erupted into chaos. Video from inside the chamber showed the dispute turning violent within seconds, with lawmakers lunging at each other as others stood back and filmed in melee. Reuters reported the fight broke out during a debate after dissolving Mexico City's Transparency Institute.
Okay.
Dude, if you're fucking lawmakers, the people who are literally their job is to ensure that society prospers via conversation and laws as opposed to violence, right? Because the foundation of all society is violence, right?
Yes.
That's the way that works. Society exists as it exists with violence as its foil.
Well,
Right?
ultimately, violence is what actually provides legitimacy to
exists.
any institution.
Correct. And society exists because the alternative is violence.
Right.
That's the whole reason why society exists. It is an agreement to not have violence and solve things peacefully. If the people whose jobs is to essentially run your
Engage,
society
yeah.
engage in this sort of shit, engage in violence over minor fucking disputes and debates in the courtroom, you fucked up!
Yeah. Well, I see plenty of like parliamentary brawls. Like this actually happens all the time. Like you see it I've seen it in European parliaments. I see it in like Southeast Asian parliaments and stuff
Those
like
also
that.
aren't real countries.
I've seen it all the time, like in South America and Central.
The clash
America.
began when one woman grabbed another's hand, prompting the second woman to yank her hand back and jab her in the stomach with an elbow.
Like hosted like a
Hold on,
UFC
pause.
play-by-play.
That woman just tried to like shove her way in, though.
Yeah, she did. Like this fucking gigantic bitch is the one who this heifer is actually the instigator here.
Well, no. The one on the right's the one that's trying to butt in.
Oh, this one?
Yeah, she's the one that's trying to butt in, and she's like, "What the fuck are you doing?"
Oh.
She's basically she's pulling her back.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay. So it's
the
just
huge
she's
lady
the instigator. Okay,
the huge lady is like pulling her back, like, "What the fuck are you doing? Why are you butting in?
got it.
I'm
Okay.
standing over here." And then she grabs her arm and she's like, "Let go of my arm," and elbows her in the stomach. The first woman retaliated by striking her in the back. Yeah, so then seized the other woman's hair as the scuffle escalated. A man stepped in and tried to pry her hand loose, but more lawmakers rushed forward as shoving spread across the dice.
Want to know a good way to force somebody to spread their fingers? Just basically, like knock on the bones in the back of their hand.
Yeah.
Like knock on it like really hard, or as if you were knocking on a door, or put your knuckles against those bones and like dig in and rake across them. That will force hands to open.
Yeah.
A good way to, if you can maintain your composure, it's a good way to disarm people in fights too. You know, to force them to like let go of a weapon. Anyway.
Several women were seen pushing and grappling while bystanders lifted phones to record the chaos. Lawmakers from the opposition National Action Party had taken over the congressional podium to protest the measure at the center of the debate. By the way, can I just say, this is another reason why women should not be involved in this sort of shit. I'm just saying, dude. But there's a reason why why like physical abuse is so common in lesbian relationships.
Oh yeah.
And it's because women do not understand the like women just don't understand
Violence.
They don't get it. They
Yeah.
don't understand it. They think it's free. They think it's you know it's okay. And they think there's no like they don't understand that violence has consequences inherently. They don't inherently understand that. They understand that violence only has gain because naturally their job in society for the last millennia, right? The last millions of years is to reap the benefits of violence.
Yeah.
So they
Yeah,
don't
well,
they
yeah,
fundamentally don't understand the consequence of violence the way that men do.
Yeah,
because
a
they're
lot
not
of violence is done
familiar with the way that
that's
men
for the
are.
benefit and protection of them, you know? So
Correct. And so this is a big reason why women should not be in positions of power, because they are not the arbiters of violence. Men are. That's the actual real reason. It's not a like men are smarter or men this or men that. It's a men understand violence, and again, violence is the foundation of society. And if you don't understand violence, you cannot run a society.
and I actually really like where you're going with this, like, is like in the ancient world. Like, I actually think that there are a lot of positions in government that you should have at least some military service to qualify to run for. It's like back in like the ancient world, like most politicians were ex-military. Like,
yeah, right.
Like you go into like ancient Greece, especially in Sparta, obviously, like pretty much every politician was originally, you know, in the military, and because like being a politician was like a step in that like career path, you know, of soldier.
Yeah.
You know, soldier, commander, senator. That was like the career path. So like the vast majority of people that sat in decision making in leadership positions in ancient societies,
and people that actually had experience
we're very familiar. Yeah, we're very familiar with war and combat and violence. You know?
Yeah, because again, it's like in order to be in a position to lead civilization, you have to understand the foundation of civilization, which is violence. And what better way to understand it than leading people through it?
Like I think the president, and every member of Congress should be required to serve in the military, because they're the ones who decide who we go to war with.
Correct.
Like, I don't think you should be able to become the leader of the armed forces, you know, the commander in chief, without having served in the armed forces to some degree.
Correct. I agree, 100%.
So, like, you should have no say over anything involving the military unless you served in the military. Period.
Correct. Yeah, and that's the way it fucking should be, and for good reason. Like, there's a reason why we got it right in old society. There's a reason why those societies that did get it right, like the Romans, were so incredibly prosperous.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Village says it here. Rome was especially strong with that connection to have any sort of political capital. You had to have campaign experience. Yep.
Yes.
We should return to that.
Absolutely.
Like every member of Congress should be a veteran.
If you can't lead men through violence, then you can't lead them through politics.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't know, NDA, what like what Mexico's like, you know, rules of conduct and like punishment for violating such rules are. Because like I know, like if this ever happened in like the House of Representatives or something like that, anyone involved, at least on the aggression side, would be fucking like they would at least be censured, if not fully expelled. You know what I mean? So, but I have no idea.
Opposition accused Morena. That's funny. It's a really funny name. Do you know what Morena means?
No.
Morena means black woman. The opposition accused, at least in my.
I was gonna say
language.
in Cuban Spanish, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah. Hold on, let me actually check.
The opposition accused Morena, the ruling party, of breaking an agreement to create a new transparency body sparking the podium occupation. discussion unraveled as shouting escalated and rival groups clashed across the chamber. The meeting was ultimately suspended and relocated to another venue so lawmakers could resume
In
deliberations.
Spanish, in like Spain Spanish, it means brunette.
Okay.
But in slang, it means someone with dark skin or dark hair.
Okay.
But yeah, typically it's used to describe affectionately to describe a dark-skinned person,
Okay.
and sometimes a euphemism for black people in certain areas. Hold on.
I know you have to scratch this itch.
I do. The term morena can mean black person in some specific Spanish-speaking regions, such as Cuba, parts of the Caribbean, and Colombia. So yeah, so the
it is like your okay. It's your
It is a,
Spanish slang.
it is my Spanish specifically. It looks like
Okay.
it is. Wait, I didn't get to finish reading.
I finished reading while you were looking
Oh.
up. There, you're good.
Shit, my bad.
No, you're totally fine. I mean, it's basically saying like that
Oh yeah.
Moreno
They-
broke an agreement to create a new transparency body. That's like what caused the brawl to happen. And
I
then
see.
they went to another building and did it there. That's the end of the story.
That's funny. Couple
Wins, fucking idiots.
wins second €1 million lottery, beating 24 trillion to 1 odds. Richard
God.
Davies and Faye Stevenson Davies celebrated their first 1 million win in 2018. The couple credit the power of positive thinking for their lottery wins. That dude's face. Couple are celebrating a
I know,
second
soy face,
win-
right? Look at that soy face. Oh god, it's insufferable. I want to punch it.
Their second 1 million national lottery win after they beat 24 trillion to 1 odds of them winning both the Euro Millions Millionaire Maker and then 5 numbers.
And the bonus
And
ball.
the bonus ball on the lotto. Richard Davies, 49, and Faye Stevenson Davies, 43, celebrated their first win in June 2018. The couple, I just read that. Mrs. Stevenson Davies.
Fucking
Wait, Miss
hyphenate-
Stevenson Davies.
Fucking hyphenated name. I hate that.
Why is it not like Mrs.?
Well, oh, that's a good question. Should be Mrs.
She has his last name, so she's married. So why isn't?
Yeah,
Ah!
that's weird. Anyway,
We always believed winning was possible, and once we scooped 1 million and met hundreds of other lucky winners, we realized fairy tales do come true, and there are winners everywhere. We knew the odds of it happening again were outrageous, but we're proof that if you believe, anything is possible. While rare, double wins have happened before.
1 million. So it's just like a flat million. Okay,
Yeah, they later have to pay taxes on.
it's a lot too. The fucking winnings tax is fucking insane. Like half of it.
Yeah.
Like 50% or some shit.
Yeah, it's insane. God, it's so stupid. It's literally a scam for the government to make more money.
Oh yeah, exactly.
That's what the lottery is, which is why some states outlaw it because they're smart. This is a rare Florida L, in my opinion. Neither partner fancies early retirement. Before their first win, Mr. Davies worked as a hairdresser and Miss Stevenson Davies worked as a mental health nurse. Stevenson Davies used 2018 win to return to university, gaining a second degree in counseling and therapeutic practice, while her other half hung up his scissors. Since then, Mr. Davies has started working 7 days a week as a parcel courier, after originally helping a friend out by doing the work just a couple days per week. Wait, what? So she intelligently used her half of the money, I guess, to return to university.
Yeah.
And then Mr. Davies
skill development. Yeah.
stopped working as a commission-based, hairdresser, doing something I have to imagine he enjoys. Because why the fuck would you be a hairdresser if you don't enjoy it?
Yeah.
Right? To then do parcel courier work? to become a postman?
The brother fucking
Damn,
gave
what,
up being
17?
he gave up being like the soy Zohan.
I
You don't know what that is, do you?
won $1 million, so I stopped doing the thing I'm passionate about and started doing
Mail delivery?
A basic labor job.
It's such a strange choice.
Since Miss Stevenson Davy is utilizing her new degree and now has her own practice and also provides counseling services for local organizations, including Brecon and District Mind Charity and the DPJ Foundation. I mean,
Okay.
yeah, good shit. Smart woman. Mr. Davies said everyone keeps asking what we'll do in the future, and we generally have no idea at present. First time around, we gifted people cars. We donated a minibus to the local rugby team and did our best to help friends and family. It was all new and it was amazing to be able to make a difference. This time, who knows? We'll take our time and enjoy the moment.
I mean,
Yeah, so the first round, you wasted most of it. Okay. A couple managed it. This win was not as simple as buying the winning ticket. It came to us through a series of 4 consecutive lotto draws. Richard explained how when you match 2 numbers in the lotto draw, you automatically win a lucky dip for the next game. And that's what happened to us. We matched 2 numbers and won a free lucky dip from the draw on November 15th, which put us into the next draw, and so on. Until the winning draw on Wednesday, 26th November. Huh?
basically saying like, if you get 2 numbers, you get a free ticket. Basically, what that means.
Okay.
Like, and it's automatically like when you like go to cash in, you can't like choose the ticket or the money. When you go to cash in the ticket, they just give you another ticket. Basically,
Okay.
that's what it is.
Well, another win was always a real possibility for the positive pair. They had other motivations for playing too. Miss Stevenson Davies said, "We've also seen firsthand through our volunteering at projects that have received vital national lottery funding the impact players make. While the couple could easily swap mid-Wales for Meridius this Christmas." What?
Oh, Mauritius. It's like a tropical island. Whereas now they're in fucking cloudy, overcast Wales.
Yeah. The community-minded pair have other plans. Mr. Davies will continue to work 7 days a week so that everyone gets their Christmas deliveries. Oh, I see. Okay, that's cute. He found a new passion, I guess. Good for him. While Miss Stevenson Davies is offering mental health support to her clients across the festive period, including Christmas Day. Andy Carter, senior winners advisor at Holwyn, the operator of the National Lottery, said, "With a 15 million must-be-won Christmas Eve lotto draw, there is guaranteed to be more big winners. So if ever there was a time to believe in festive magic, now's the time."
Honestly, I can get where he's coming from because, like,
yeah,
he basically is like, I can, at least for a little bit, afford to basically do like essentially a no stress job. All I gotta do is just drive around and just, give people these packages. That's all. I could clock in at the beginning, and when I clock out at night, I don't have to think about it until I clock in the next morning.
Yeah,
like me, my job, I can't do that. Like my projects are always in my head, even when I'm on vacation.
Fair.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But these jobs this, I get
as a
why.
hairstylist,
Yeah.
he's his own boss, so he has to manage everything. He has to worry about
He has to hustle.
taxes. He has to. Yeah, there's the hustle involved.
Whereas
So,
this,
yeah, I mean,
it's
fair.
like he can afford to kind of just get rid of the stress that his job gave him and just do something that helps people out and just a real simple,
Very community minded.
Yeah, I get where he's coming from. I really do, actually.
I respect both these people.
I actually do too, because like, here's the thing: everyone's like, they should invest it. That's stupid not to invest it. £2 million.
She did. She invested it in her education so she can get a better job.
Here's the thing, though.
And then make more money.
It's like
that is an investment. It's a great
how
investment.
old are they? They're like in their 40s, 50s. How old are they? Where their age? Did it say how old they are?
And
there they are, 49, 43. They're the 40s. Okay.
In a fucking country like fucking England, right? Like, why the fuck would you want to invest in property?
Well,
she invested it in her skill set, which is smart.
That's actually a smarter thing to do because honestly, like £2 million, like like you can, okay. Let's say you take half of that and you invest it. That actually won't get you as much as you might think. Like if you're investing it to like get dividends on like a stock market or something like that.
Well, hold on. Here's the thing. €1 million, right? You actually get half that.
Yeah.
Sorry, that's actually €500,000, right?
Mm-hmm.
And from that, how much are you gonna spend buying a property? Close to all of it.
Almost all of it. Yeah, exactly.
So
And if you don't have the lifestyle that that provides you the income you need to properly maintain the property, then you're just going to end
setting
up
yourself up
for
to
failure.
fucking get screwed by property tax.
Exactly.
So
it's not.
Yeah.
It's not like in the end after taxes and stuff like that. Yeah, they won 2 million euros gross. After taxes, they won $1 million between the two winnings. It's not really enough to like. I'm going to invest it all and retire on it. For 2 people, no, it's not enough. It's not enough. So it's actually smart for them to, instead of investing it like that.
It is life-changing money.
Yes,
There's things you can do. Right?
It's going to help you, for sure.
Right, it very much depends, but I don't know. I think in somewhere like the fucking UK, investing in your skill set makes a lot more sense than investing in property, because why the fuck would you even want to stay there?
I was gonna say you could take your skills anywhere.
Anywhere.
Exactly. No, I agree. I think that I agree.
If I lived in America, right, and I want something like that,
you're gonna buy a property in Florida.
Yeah, I'd probably invest that into property for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Right. But it just makes sense in America to do that.
Yeah.
America's
even in a shitty housing market, like America is a better place to buy property than in most other places in the world. So
yeah.
Anyway.
Good on them, though. Good on them.
Yeah, I think that they actually. I get where both of them are coming from, and I actually think that they've made good decisions actually with their winnings.
Yeah, same.
She invested in skills, and he basically eliminated. He's still working. He's not becoming a schlub. He's still making money, but he was like, I can afford to make a little bit less and remove all the stress. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's super.
Especially now with his wife making more money.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. It totally makes sense. So good on them. One more story. I'm gonna do one more. I skipped a few for the sake of time, but we got one more.
Turns out swearing is good for you. Psychologists reveal. Fuck yeah.
I feel like the vast majority of people kind of like instinctually understand this, even if we can't articulate it.
Yeah. Swearing has long been associated with letting off steam, but new research published in the American Psychological Association proves that it may have tangible benefits. Psychologist Richard Stevens of Britain's Keele University and his colleagues discovered that when people swear, they perform better physically and are able to put up with challenging and strenuous physical acts for longer. This includes, for instance, how long an individual can keep their hand under ice-cold water, or how long they can keep their body in a plank position while attempting a push-up.
Okay.
In many situations, people hold themselves back, consciously or unconsciously, from using their full strength, Stevens said in a statement. Swearing is an easily available way to help yourself feel focused, confident, and less distracted, and go for it a little more. That is now a well-replicated, reliable finding, but the question is, how is swearing helping us? What's the psychological mechanism? It's
got to be some kind of like endorphin release.
Probably.
That's what I would guess.
The answer to the question, the researchers undertook 2 experiments. 2 answers to this question. First, they divided participants up between those who would and would not swear during a physical challenge, to better understand how the power of blurting out a swear word could help them through. With a total of 192 study participants, Stephen asked each test group to repeat either a swear word of their choice or a neutral word once every 2 seconds while attempting a chair push-up.
What the fuck is a chair push-up? I don't know what that is.
I don't know.
I don't know.
When the exercise, participants asked questions about how mentally strong they felt during the task. They had to self-report how confident they felt, how positive they felt, and how funny they found the situation, among other questions linked to this disinhibition for the study team. Swearing is fucking good, actually. The team had thought that the extra boost swearing provided could be down to pushing people into a disinhibited state of mind, meaning their brain would be temporarily primed to pursue a risk or challenge with less thought to the pain or negative consequence associated with it. By swearing, we throw off social constraint and allow ourselves to push harder in different situations, Stephen said.
Okay.
Participants' results confirm that those who swore during the challenge were able to support their body weight for much longer than those who only uttered neutral words. I think a chair push-up is when you put your hands down and you hold yourself up while you're still in the sitting position.
Okay.
So you like put your hands on the seat and you essentially hold yourself up with your arms while maintaining your body in the air.
Oh,
I think that's what it is.
okay. Never heard of that before. Okay.
Yeah, okay. The researchers analyzed the responses and concluded that the swearing increased the participants' reports of psychological flow, distraction, and self-confidence, all key factors that would have made the tough exercise more bearable. These findings help explain why swearing is so commonplace, Stephen said. Swearing is literally a calorie-neutral, drug-free, low-cost, readily available tool at our disposal for when we need a boost in performance. Yeah.
I mean,
It's neat.
I'm trying to think, like, when I'm working out again, and when I was, like, getting my muscles out of atrophy, actually, no, it was the day after I went to Universal, because, like, you don't realize, like, how far you walk when you spend a day at a theme park,
Yeah.
And I had, like, hurt my calf muscle to the point where I was, like, limping out of the park when we left. And I tried to work out the next day, because I was like, if I rest on it, it's gonna knot up and it's gonna be fucking sore for like a week. But if I work on it, it'll get better a lot faster. That was the thinking. And like several times for that workout, I would like land on that leg and like immediately like had to like fall into the couch because of how much it hurt. But the immediate thing that I would just yell, I would just go fuck. Like it was just it's just a natural thing. And I remember like I think the Mythbusters actually studied this way back in the day. Does swearing help you like or increase like your pain tolerance, stuff like that. And it did. It absolutely did. Like it was like a noticeable difference. But yeah, it makes sense. I feel like it makes sense. There's like, I don't know. I feel like there's like a catharsis to swearing, especially for like. I wonder if it's different for people who swear a lot versus people who don't swear very often. I have a feeling that people who don't swear very often, it's more of a pronounced effect.
Maybe.
I don't know. But that was the last article that I had. So it's getting late. So let's do clips of the week and get the hell out of here, shall we?
Yep, I'm grabbing clips.
Right.
As we speak.
Close. I had a lot of tabs this week. I think because the way that the stream crashed earlier today is the same way that it crashed during Subnautica. I think that there's something running on my computer that is leaking memory. But I will figure that out at some time in the future. Okay, let me bring up mine as well. Let me clean out this folder. Okay. I got a decent amount this time, actually. So that
I suspect my wife is gooning.
Uh-oh.
I say this because she sent me.
I don't want a pay interruption at this point. If that's the
She
case.
sent me goon stuff.
I got good ones this week. I like mine. I didn't have much last week, so only appropriate.
Oh, I have plenty this week.
Okay, well, we're going to be doing clips of the week for a good amount of time then. And then I got one more to load up here. Yeah, I got 6 this week.
I think I've got you beat.
Really? Oh gosh, we're gonna be on this for a little time, but that's okay. That's okay, because this is one of my favorite parts of the show.
Yippee! A little bit of React Andy.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, let me bring up. Actually, let's go back and forth since we both have a bunch of them. Damn it. I hate autoplay on these fucking things.
Oh yeah, I've definitely got you beat. I've got you beat by quite a lot, actually.
We can save stuff for next week.
I may have grabbed too many. No, these are all too funny to pass up.
Okay, it's fine. It's fine.
Because I will find more next week.
I'm fine doing a little like a 20 to 30 minute React Andy if you want to do.
Fuck yeah. We're doing it live.
I thought about starting up, switching out one of my gaming streams for like a React Andy kind of just chatting stream.
I believe I'm done. No, I have one more. I have one more. I know I do. I remember sending Pan another one.
You've got a lot. You do have a lot. Oh my god.
This is the last one, okay.
That's okay. It's okay.
This is the last one.
Yeah, I'm bringing them all up. We had a lot of stories. We have a lot of clips of the week. This was a packed week, chat.
They said, show my one clip, please. I told her to send it.
Oh, the one from Reddit?
I don't know.
Okay. Oh, man. Wait, is this... I think this might be one of mine, too, actually. The Aspen Global.
Is it?
I know it's not, actually. I was thinking about it, but I didn't do it. But I know exactly what that clip is. I love it so much, actually. Is it the... Ask Pay if it's the Reddit one. I'm pretty sure it is. But it's not a clip.
She marked it.
Marked it?
It's a Facebook one.
Facebook. Oh, that one.
I will interrupt
okay.
you twice. That is not true, baby. That is not true.
Okay.
No, it is the top. Yeah.
Okay, let me play this one first.
It's a normal day being delivery man. Oh man, am I about to find out that that Lotto guy actually made a bad choice?
Uh-oh. Oh, yeah, right? Can I full screen this? Is there a button to full screen? No? Okay. Oh. Wait, what? There we go. Uh-oh.
Hi!
They do
Hello.
that.
I didn't realize I had a pup with me. Holy shit. Okay, we're gonna take you back. We gotta take you back.
Oh, he fucking he stowed away. He just
it looks like
he's stowed away and he didn't even know it. He's like, oh hi.
do like processing the like, huh?
Like, yeah, right. Yeah, when just a random dog just pops up in your car like that. Like, what the fuck?
That's funny.
Okay, so this is my first one. If Darth Vader had an Indian accent.
Lord Vader, this is an unexpected pleasure. We're honored by your presence.
You may dispense with a horseshit, Commander. I'm here to put you back on schedule.
I assure you, Lord Vader, my men are working as fast as they can.
Perhaps I can find new ways to motivate them. Gift cards, maybe?
I tell you, the station will be operational as planned.
The Emperor does not share your optimistic appraisal of the situation, white man.
But he asked the impossible. I need more men.
Then perhaps you can tell him when he arrives.
The Emperor's coming here?
That is correct, Commander. And he is most displeased with your apparent lack of progress.
We shall double our efforts.
I hope so, Commander, for your karma. The Emperor is not as forgiving as I am. Okay, thank you.
Okay, thank you. Okay, thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, thank you. That's like the best part of it. Okay, thank you.
That's so good. That's so good.
Oh man. Okay. This one is
Okay,
one of
naturally-
yours.
Naturally, I thought of you immediately.
Oh no. Okay. Do y'all have this on the way to work? Oh god. Imagine that. That would suck so much to have a sinkhole open up exactly for just your car. Oh man, that's like of all of the 10 by 10 holes that could open up randomly in the world, the one that had to open was the run right underneath my car. Like oh man. Okay, I thought this was cool. I'm turning the sound off because I don't want to get copyright struck.
I already see the vision. This is amazing.
Right? He took some stall.
How
Yeah, and attached it to his ice skates.
I would fear fucking like twisting my ankle off
Right?
so badly.
Yeah.
I would. You could not pay me money to do
I would
this.
never do this because, like, God forbid one of the teeth catch. You know what I mean? And you just suddenly
Yeah,
you're just
dude.
on your ass. You're on your ass with chainsaws on your feet. You know what I mean? Like, this is a really actually like it's cool, but this is a stupidly dangerous thing to do.
Well, it's not even that. It's just like what if one of them catches and the other one wants to keep going?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
You know, like
you're on your
oh,
ass with
man.
chainsaws running on your feet. Like, it's just not a good place to
Oh
be.
man.
Okay. Oh no, my roommate has an
I felt it was topical. I felt it was topical.
Fair enough.
Why do you have that?
This? He's my hero.
He's a really bad guy.
He's a traveler.
He's a pedophile.
No, he's not. He's a chef.
Jeffrey Epstein?
This is Anthony Bourdain.
No.
No, that's Jeffrey Epstein.
I think I would know who Anthony Bourdain is. A part's unknown. This is literally the same guy.
Bro, it's not even close.
Are you guys serious?
Where'd you even get that poster?
I had it printed at FedEx. The guy was like, "That's sick." And I
No,
was like,
he was saying that's sick.
Yeah, that's sick.
No, sick. Like he's a pedophile.
He's not. Stop saying that. You know he killed himself.
Well, a lot of people disagree.
You're saying that's contested?
Have you ever had anyone like come in here and talk about this?
I had a girl over here the other day, and I'm still waiting to hear back from her. Well, she said, "Oh, do you like him?" And I was like, "Yeah, I think a lot of people do." She probably likes Bobby Flay more.
Watch this.
How long have you been sexually attracted to underage minor females?
I haven't seen this episode. Is this a deleted scene?
No, this is Jeffrey Epstein.
It's Anthony Bourdain, obviously.
How do you not know who this guy is?
I even had this t-shirt made.
Oh my god!
I wore this to my nephew's birthday party. Look, #1 travel partner.
Sean.
Wanderlust.
Wait, is it signed?
Wanderlust.
Yeah, I met him in 2017. Pretty cool, right?
Where did you meet him?
Florida, Palm Beach. He left a message on the back, too. You want to see it? See you on the plane.
Why would he see you on the plane?
We both like to travel. This is Jeffrey Epstein, isn't it?
It is. Yeah.
Well, at least I still have my framed photo of Chris Farley.
That's John Wayne Gacy.
It's John Wayne Gacy. Oh man. Okay, this is a very peculiar looking llama.
Oh, it looks like a Somali pirate.
Yeah.
I am the llama now.
That one.
Right there?
Yes.
I'm the captain now.
Dude, spinning image. That's perfect.
I couldn't find one without this doofus laughing. Just
I have this level before. That is funny though. God, that's so funny.
Oh,
this is great.
I'm so bored, I just sent a bunch of flowers to my neighbour Steve with a note that reads, I still miss you. Love, Laura. Kiss, kiss, kiss. I guess his wife just found them. Sorry, Steve. I was bored. I'm so bored, I just sent
oh my god.
Steve. I was
just
bored.
I was bored. Wait.
Sorry, Steve. I was bored.
I was bored. That's so good. I saw this one, the advertisement featuring Jean-Claude Van Damme, which was made without any filming tricks, was selected as the best advertisement video of the 21st century.
I've had my ups and downs, my fair share of bumpy roads and heavy winds. That's what made me what I am today. Now I stand here before you. What you see is a body crafted to perfection. A pair of legs engineered to defy the laws of physics. And a mindset to master the most epic of splits.
No tricks, nothing. Like, he actually fucking did that.
That's insane.
That's fucking wild, isn't it? Like, that's a damn good advertisement. Like, that's a phenomenal advertisement. I just randomly came across this and I was just like, it just mesmerized me. Yeah, it's like a 10-year-old ad. It's an old ad, but it's an amazing ad. Like, we wrote.
Why are we giving out trophies to best
advertisements?
Best ad of the 21st century. The 21st century is like a quarter of the way through.
So far. It's the best so far. This looks like Optimus Prime.
Putang ina! Si Optimum Prime! Puking inang yan, Optimum Prime! Babe, si Optimum Pride do.
That's so funny.
The way he makes the sound is so funny. Oh man. Oh god, I saw this one.
Oh my god.
The first transgender skater from Finland that performed at the opening ceremony 2023 ISU European Figure Skating Championships. I wonder if this was done purely as a virtue signal. Let's find out.
No, I'm sure.
Let's find out.
They're amazing.
Let's find out. Oh, a little wobbly. Oh. Oh, the little 180.
She's fantastic.
Oh, good job. The first transgender, you represent your race well. She can't even get back up. It's so pathetically obvious that it was done purely as a virtue signal. And honestly, all it does, like, you think that this person now thinks that this was a good idea? Like, it's like, great. All you do is you make transgender people look incompetent.
They don't care. They just care about the trophy and the win. They can now say that they were the blah blah blah.
The first. They were the first. That's what all they could say. Oh, that's so stupid. Anyway, it's just a game NPC that. Oh, you showed me this.
Oh, I found a different one.
It's just a game NPC.
I showed you.
That NPC.
Mom, I think I've just been fired. I like it here. But who, though? Friend. Oh, you mean Vincent? Yeah, I'll go see him then. Okay, I'll call you later. I have to tell you something. I like it here. My friends are here. You're here. We'll stay in touch, though. You and me.
It's kind of awkward with these hours.
Yeah, but you're my buddy. Let me have your number.
I can never remember my own number. I tell you what, give me yours, and I'll be in touch when I get a free spot in the calendar, huh?
Okay, great. I don't want to lose my best buddy, too.
Liar. It can always be worse.
Mom?
By the way, Skyfall was okay for a Bond movie, but the fucking theme for Skyfall is one of the best Bond themes ever. It's so
Absolutely.
so fucking good. It's
This one's
easily...
sad. Yeah, it is sad. It is sad. Danny DeVito. He got Danny DeVito.
Yeah, I do think that Skyfall is like one of the only good Daniel Craig Bond movies. I feel like I actually like that one, but the theme
What
thought
is
was
Nixon
fucking.
trending in sports?
I guarantee you, it's not the now dead president. Let's. This was one of mine. This is just a clip from a random Japanese show. Shall we watch?
Sure.
¡Ah!500円の上ビャーン下からって落ちてきたら来ないなりまんね出番だよ
It's a fly.
肺がピャッパッ肺が2つにだ最近や最近これゲージがや
He split the atomic nucleus in half.
I thought I was for sure expecting a fucking like a white flash to occur. I'm not gonna lie.
from splitting an atom. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, notice that. Like the air is filled with atoms, and yet that's the one that he split. The only one. I love it. I love that shit.
It's so funny.
Italy's Ice Queen.
Most people don't realize how wild skeleton racing really is. Head
It is
first,
a crazy sport.
full speed, no brakes. But
I
for
think I
less
found a
than
new sport,
triple
y'all.
that danger is the whole point.
Like, do y'all see how well put together they put that snow and the sled and the ingenuity that they put behind all of this, the craftsmanship behind the uniform and the crowd, like everything is just amazing there. I'm telling you, this is my new sport, yo. Out of basketball, football, baseball, soccer, whatever you want to name, bowling, whatever you want to name. It's not.
He's like
fucking with
he's
this
like
sport. I'm
slightly
telling you,
angry.
I have a new profound respect for this sport right here. Woo!
I get it. I get where he's coming from.
You get your hands off her! You brought hell down on yourself!
Oh no! Oh no!
He's the fastest draw in the West. His aim's a little shaky though.
It's like that Blazing Saddles scene where he raises his hand, and the guy's like, steady as a rock. And he's like, yeah, but I shoot with this hand, and the hand's like flying all over the place.
Fuck, that's funny.
Babe, you better not be ripping jug beats in the Vibe Grotto again.
I got 40, but I'm going to investment at 40 in my life.
When was this filmed? Like in the 60s? This sounds like Kakariko Forest theme from The Legend of Zelda. Where did the flute come from?
Just keep talking. I promise. It'll get better.
Whoa! That was awesome! Fucking druid shit.
So good, dude.
Yeah, that's it.
It's
Daddy
so good.
Daddy has the exact same comment I had. What the Korok music am I listening to? Exactly. That's what it reminded me of too. It reminded me of the. Isn't it called like Kakariko Forest or something like that? In Ocarina of Time? Something like that.
It's so good, dude.
And this is the one that I also saw. I know exactly what this clip
Okay.
is.
Hey,
If you had
need
a
to read
robot,
the thing first. You need to
Oh
read
yeah,
the thing
girls' lunch table. I can't believe Rebecca's dating that guy. Boys' lunch table.
if you had a robot, a sex robot, and it was controlled by a person in another country where prostitution was legal, but where you were at, it was illegal, but you're having sex with the robot, but the robot is being controlled by a person. Is that illegal? Number one.
Pause. 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 Pause.
Number-
Pause. 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 Pause.
I
I have
paused
an
it.
answer. I have an answer. I have an answer for that. I have an answer for that. And my
Okay.
answer is this is exactly the same, all right, as the fucking farming thing we were talking about earlier. Everything comes full circle.
There you go.
It's the same thing. Okay, you can't just outsource your prostitution. Okay, it should be illegal. Anyway, sorry, continue.
No, you're fine. You're fine.
2. If you're a guy and you have sex with a female robot, but the female robot is being controlled by another guy, are you gay? But the robot looks like a girl. Like, let's say the robot looks like a girl. Like, are you gay or not? Only if you know it's a guy. All right, I really like that. So basically, it's like a Schrodinger's gay.
I think it's really funny because I've had this conversation with chat before on stream.
Oh, really?
About how if you got your dick sucked, right, and the person was wearing like one of those like fucking inflatable bodysuits and like a fucking paper bag over their
Mhm.
fucking head, and you don't know whether or not it's a woman or not, you are Schrodinger's faggot.
Yeah.
But I've had like that exact conversation with chat before, but obviously with a different scenario. And I essentially ended up with the exact same conclusion.
But like,
So,
Is that the same as the robot? Because the robot is physically entirely female.
Could have
Right?
just said the glory hole instead of Rosa. Well, yeah, but then. No, yeah, you have a point.
According to my
could've
VPN, I
been-
absolutely can't outsource my
Yeah.
prostitution. I don't know, like if the female robot is just that, like entirely female, like what if it was like a female, like I don't know, like a Kara.
Hold on.
from-
Pause.
Okay.
Pause. It's not fucking female. It's a fucking robot.
Okay, well, it's a female-looking robot,
Correct.
right? But it was being controlled by like a Pajit over in India. Like, is that gay?
That reminds me. You saying that made me think
The
of
AI,
something.
the
Yeah.
AI scam that was actually just an army of Indians. Is that the way to remind
That
you
made
of?
me think of something I needed to send you. No. Okay, so in our D&D campaign, right? There's a character called Bianca, right? It's a female werewolf, right?
Uh-huh.
And in the campaign that Jace's character is from, right? Because Jace's character comes from a different timeline, right?
Mm-hmm.
Which it's the first Christmas Thread campaign I ever ran. All right, because he wanted to play the same character, and I was like, well, that gives me a fun idea. That werewolf is his wife,
Okay.
but not in this timeline. In this timeline, the player that is that werewolf's husband, that player left the campaign. So
Mhm.
technically, she's up for grabs. And so the Jay messaged me saying he was tweaking, essentially asked me not to let Ivan have her. Right,
Okay.
Ivan is Jace's character. And the Jay said, the Jay typoed because he was fucking tweaking. He said, please don't let Kva have Badu Rendebeber. Don't let Ivan have her. And I responded with, who is Badu Rendebeber? And he responded with, I was tweaking. Ivan is a Strad level threat. Which I then said, hold on, audios. Go on.
What?
Who's Badu Rendebeber? Badu Rendebeber.
Right, so I essentially, I was like, that's how you would pronounce that. Right? The Jay was like, imagine you made that her name. And then I sent him this audio, because I don't know why saying that name made me think of Pajit.
Today I'm going to introduce you to my beautiful daughter who you're going to marry. Her name is Badu Rendebeber. It is her name and you must learn it. And you must give it lots of kisses.
To which he responded with, dude, I would kill myself if I was some Indian girl and you, my father, said that to me. How the hell am I supposed to moan that shit out? And that led to this audio you're about to hear.
Oh, Badu Rendebeber! Oh, Badu Rendebeber! So tight.
And so, I don't know why, but like, the conversation of the sex robot being controlled by a Pajit made me imagine like the robot is like saying like sexy, like voice modulated female voice, like, moaning as you fuck it.
Moaning, yeah.
But the voice is just a modulated Pajit's voice.
Right, yeah.
Pajit's somewhere in India being like, oh yeah.
Oh yeah, the fuck me, big boy. Do it to me harder. Right there, that is good.
Oh yes.
I am
Thank
coming.
you, Sean. Thank you, Sean.
Make
Pull
me
my hair,
come with
Sean.
you. May I please come with you?
Sean, I'm going to come.
Please come again.
Please come again.
And again, and again.
Oh, yeah. I'm ready.
Okay, this is the last one for the night because we gotta get out of here.
POV tree. Is this your editor prophesizing?
Yes, this is the editor's prophecy.
Okay, I'm ready. That's such what happened today. She was decorating.
Right?
He correctly prophesied.
This is fucking adorable. I don't know where he got this from. This is fucking adorable. Oh, he just put he put Pei's head over it.
Oh, the animation, that's from a like music video.
Yeah, and they just added the tree.
Yeah. Do not redeem Bob and Vagine! Do not redeem! You do not pay for this service, sir! Sir, you do not pay! Leave the robot alone, sir! Do not redeem!
Oh, man. Alright, well, actually, I shouldn't like this because YouTube doesn't like it when all the accounts like they see it as botting. Yeah, go give it a like, chat. Go give my shorts a like. Go give Rosa's shorts a like and comment. Because we need every one we can get. We're desperate. Nah, we're fine.
No, don't do that. Go to Myth and Mercury and like the first teaser post. Dude, do you want to see the teaser? Do you want to see the teaser for the first piece of art? It's actually for Ivan.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
The character that the Jay is tweaking about. And honestly, for good reason. Ivan's a sexy man. Sexy wolf man.
Is it a short? No.
No, it's just it's an image. It's a mini post.
It's a post?
Yeah, it's a mini post.
Okay.
Jacob's also been cooking memes. But
our first teaser, can you guess who it is?
Look at that. I guess I just told you, but
it's been up for 8 hours.
Yeah, we're gonna have a character portrait teasers. All art done by Hun, by the way, absolute peak artist. And we're gonna have a teaser drop at 2 p.m. CST every day between now and the Myth and Mercury debut live stream, which will also be at 2 p.m. CST, in the 29th.
Ooh,
so all throughout next week,
that's 9 days.
Yep, I am not ready. I am not prepared.
Mm-hmm.
But all throughout next week, you're going to see similar little teasers like this for each of the character portraits. I hope you guys will look forward to them. They're pretty fucking peak. Look at Asa's response. Real.
There you go. Yeah. Well, that's the show.
That's all, folks.
You got. What are you doing next week? Besides, really, you're gonna be working on D&D for sure, but you're gonna.
Tomorrow, I believe I'm gonna have pay stream because tomorrow I wanna, like I told you earlier, I plan to smoke a ham in my. I like how the first thing I'm gonna do on my fucking propane grill. Everyone was like, you can't even get smoke flavor on propane grill. The very first thing I'm gonna fucking do on the fucking propane grill is smoke something.
There you go.
Fuck yourselves. Anyways, I got grilled so hard for fucking wanting a propane grill. Full of shit. But
no, propane's better. Based.
Yeah. But yeah, I'm going to smoke a ham tomorrow. I bought some smoke tubes. Tomorrow I'm gonna run over to fucking Tractor Supply. I'm gonna buy some wood pellets and you see what they have. I hope they have cherry wood. And I plan to smoke the ham and then glaze it.
Nice. Send me pictures.
Yes, sir. That's gonna be like my task tomorrow. That's gonna be like a multiple hours task, and while I wait for it to smoke, I'm gonna work on D&D.
There you go.
That's my plan.
You're gonna be playing. You're gonna try to keep playing Meseed. I don't know how to say it. Meeside.
I'm gonna try it again next week. I'm for sure sick. I don't know what I'm sick with, but I'm definitely sick with something because I've been having like every night and every morning. I've been having like really itchy throat and ears. And this morning I found out that the reason why my ears are so itchy is because it's not actually my ears. Obviously, all your throat and stuff, that's all connected. Because when I scratch my ear, it doesn't help the itch. But luckily, I am a fucking snake, and so I can stick my finger in my throat and just scratch my fucking tonsil with my nail, and that's really relieving.
Good to know.
And so yeah, it seems it's my tonsil that's itchy, very specifically. So maybe I have some sort of tonsil infection. I don't know.
Huh? I don't know. Are we gonna get another silent streaming arc with Notepad open the whole time?
Maybe those are fun. Chad does seem to like this.
They're very unique, that's for sure.
Yeah.
But okay. I am gonna be streaming very minimally next week. It's Christmas week, and I'm gonna be trying to take it easy if I can. I'm basically I'm gonna try to stream Subnautica, assuming I can get it fixed. And that'll be, if I do stream that, it'll be on Monday, because I'm gonna be driving for like 5 or 6 hours on Tuesday, and by the time I get back, I'm gonna be too tired to stream. I know that for a fact. It happened last time. I had to reschedule it last time because I was too tired. It's gonna happen this time too. I just know it, so I'm not even gonna bother.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna try to stream Subnautica on Monday, and then I'm gonna stream Red Dead Redemption on Friday, and everything in between. I'm probably gonna be.
I just remembered
taking
next
time
week's
off.
Christmas.
Yep.
I actually do already know what I'm doing next week.
You finally get to open my gifts.
Yeah.
Are you doing a live stream, like a gift opening stream?
Yes. So Tuesday is my anniversary, my marriage anniversary, and Pei is so cute. She wanted to keep it a secret, but she can't help but tell me things. So I already know what's happening. But she essentially she
got you a
commissioned
cake. Yeah, she got you a cake.
Yeah. She didn't just give me a cake. She commissioned a cake, and then she also reserved a time slot for us to get a table at a restaurant that we wanted to go to for Valentine's Day, but didn't get the chance to because it was fucking packed. And we went. We didn't know that we'd have to reserve. We didn't know it was that fucking popular. So she ended up getting a reservation for that for our anniversary, which is very, very cute. I love her so much. And then day after that, Wednesday is New Year's Eve, and that evening, so like every evening, like next week, pretty much is just fucked. But that evening, we're going obviously to Pai's parents' house for Christmas Eve because they always have a Christmas Eve party.
Okay.
And they have Secret Santa and all that stuff, all that jazz. And then Thursday morning, Christmas Day, we plan to do a really early morning Christmas gift opening stream. I'm gonna open all the gifts that you sent, the gifts that Brother Doom sent, and of course, the many, many gifts that Viking sent.
Yeah.
So that'll be fun. And then after that, we're going back to Pai's parents' place to get some reheated Christmas food. Because they always do the recalentado.
Are you gonna stream? Are you gonna stream tonight to try to hit your weekly?
Tonight? Yes. Me and Pei are gonna stream. She wants to decorate the Christmas tree.
Oh, good. Okay.
I don't know what else we'll do, but that's what we plan to do. We were planning to do some drunk Stardew, but she hasn't set up Stardew with the mods and stuff. I thought I told her I didn't want to mod it.
No,
but
you should do a
Okay.
Okay.
But yeah, either way, we're not doing that today. We're doing that like probably next week.
Yeah, you need to decorate that tree. It's almost Christmas. It's almost Christmas.
Yeah. Well, the tree's mostly decorated. It's up and it's got lights and it's got a star. It's just missing the ornaments, the orbs.
Yeah, but that's the part that takes all the time.
The warning cancer.
Yeah. Right. Well, there you go. Yeah, I'll be streaming on Monday and Friday, and but I will be out for the middle of the week because I am going to just be hanging out with the family for the holiday.
Yeah.
So there you go. All right, let's get the hell out of here.
All right, chat. I hope you all have an absolutely amazing week. A wonderful Christmas.
Yeah, have a fantastic Christmas out there.
But yeah, hope you guys have a lovely holiday.
And next week's show is it's going to be like a Christmas focused episode.
Yeah, it's gonna be a Christmas special.
Yeah, so look out for that. It'll be fun. be fun. Just very, very light, mostly positive, at least neutral stories. We're not going to get into death and murder, none of that kind of shit. We're going to be good and positive to round out the year, y'all.
Yeah.
For the Christmas weekend.
But yeah, and don't forget to go fuck yourselves, chat. A good wank is the best gift you can give yourself this Christmas. Have a lovely white Christmas.
All over yourself. The watch is yours as
Yes.
always.
Bye, chat.